Game over.
What the fuck? Fuck! Who the fuck is fucking? How are you so fucking fucked? Fuck! Game over, man. Game over. Wait a minute. There's things here. There's trees. There's rocks. There's buds. There's clones. Come on. We'll bless them all until we get verschnicken. Join me.
Painstaking, arduous task that seems to go on and on forever, and just when you think things are going your way, nothing happens. Oh, sure. Maybe not as much as jumping on a bicycle with a seat missing, but it hurts.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come. Oh! 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 Stop it!
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. How you doing? Let's get to the right thing. There we go. The screen is up. Mr. Sane Caesar already up in the chat saying, Johnny, how's it going today, sir? Well, it's all right. You know, we got through yesterday. We might talk about it for a little bit while we wait for people to filter in. It's a downer subject, so I don't usually want to bust it out. But while we wait for the audience to get here, we can vaguely discuss what's going on with me. So yeah, the short and skinny is it's going to be a very difficult time for me medically for a little while. So downers are why we're here. Well, the show is called the Game Over Podcast. I don't want people to think like, hey, uplifting, you know? Like even in the title we're like, is it kind of done? It's kind of done. But oh dear Lord, I thought I'd wear this hoodie because I haven't worn it in forever. I have lost so much weight that this used to be too small. Like this used to be a form-fitting kind of attire. Thank you, Saint Caesar. It's now not. Anyways, without going into specifics because they're depressing, and I don't want to do that. My health is having some interesting issues, and it's going to be a difficult time. Battle Brothers Zio, did you see April saying that she'd go Bill Cosby on air? And what do you mean go Bill Cosby on air? And like she'd drug him and rape him? I can't endorse that at all. What do you mean by going Bill Cosby? Like I mean, like she's gonna roofie him and take advantage. Then again, is he like that's one of those things where is he a victim? Because like I feel like in that situation specifically, April doing that to him, he wouldn't approve of any of it. But afterwards, they'd high five. You know, maybe. We have an interesting article that I have in here because of some stuff people have been saying to me about Aaron and stuff. So we're going to have fun with that. Mac and Sleaze over on YouTube saying, "G'day, Johnny." First person on the YouTube chat. Thank you for joining us. We are super excited to have all you guys here on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. We've got all 3 chats up for reading and 2 of them up on the screen. So we'll do what we can to make you part of the show. We're going for 3.5 hours. We've kicked our goal over one day because we're not going to put the sick day bill on you. So that's that. So that we're already there with that. All of that fun stuff is set up. We've got that. We'll get into the PayPal stuff later. But Saint Caesar saying, Aaron admitted to eating pasta in bed at 1:30 a.m. At least it wasn't bread and queso. That might be kind of my fault, if you think about it. I put pasta on the mind of that man. I didn't mean to. Like I'm kind of like a muse. And that's what I am. I'm like a supernatural creature.
Last time I checked, we don't have a whole lot of songs that feature the cowbell.
I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
You don't use it for a day. And you're like, where the did I leave that thing? All right, here we go. Rolling on this for STC Pours, subscribing for 5 months. Thank you very much for that subscription. Your subscription helps keep the show going, keeps this thing running, and for that we say thank you. Let's roll on cowbell here for STC Pours. Hey-o. All right, let's get into John Doe's question. The short answer, no. But we'll talk about that in a minute. That seems like an interesting one. But Battle Brothers Zio, you gave Aaron pasta in the middle of the night. No, I didn't give Aaron pasta. I gave Aaron the thought of pasta. I put the earworm in there. See, people are manipulatable. Can't even speak. You sound real intelligent, don't you? Yeah, but I gave him the Pasta Mania shirt. They had pasta recently. Coincidence? I ask you. Coincidence? I don't think so. And then, when he's feeling a little peckish, hankering for a bite, he goes for the pasta. Who did that to him, I ask you? Who did that to him? It was his subconscious, but his subconscious had pointers. Honestly, no, I fucking don't think I was. I just fucking having fun. Time to start drinking to speak Johnny. Don't have any booze, so I'm on water, sir. You do you. We have a show going again for 3.5 hours. Thank you for being here. We're loading pretty slow. My fault. I took a day off, and that's what happens. You do that. You do that to yourself. And we got to stop doing that. We'll just have to start pushing through those things. But it was, for lack of a better word, it was a necessary evil. I spent a little extra time with the kid, and I relaxed a little bit, and it got me back to a little bit better spot. We're going to try and get through all the stuff we're doing this week, and it's a busy week. I forgot, because I'm a total piece of shit. I forgot that I have to do a interview on Sunday with Kelly Berger. I promised I'd do a interview for his podcast recording stuff. So the Sunday Smoke Show is going to be an hour long. We're going to try and bring a question for the Sunday Smoke Show like we did last time. We're going to try and keep that going. But something I do want to do for either the next Sunday or an upcoming Sunday, and we'll talk about this a lot this week and this Sunday in particular, I want to do a watch-along finally. Like, we should do a watch-along, like one watch-along. The show's an hour and a half long, right? Like, we could do a decent movie there. I don't want to do anything that's going to take 4 hours. I don't need something that's, like, thought-provoking. But, like, one. Like one watch-along thing. And the weird reason I want to do it is because I watched the fucking movie with Denzel Washington. What is it? Equalizer. I watched Equalizer 3, and I don't know. I got issues. I got to say. Clerks 2, says Saint Caesar. I don't know. Is it an hour and a half long? It has to be able to fit in the show. I don't want to extend the show like a crazy amount of time to accommodate the movie. And we will have to admit or allow for quasi breaks, if so, because I'm not just going to watch the movie. It's going to be a watch along. So I'll be watching and going along with it. I don't know. And I've seen Clerks too. So it's one where if it's one I've seen, I got to know that I'm going to have a lot to say with it. And I don't know if I would. You could do Bleach Hellverse. Is that an anime? I don't know. That's a niche one. No, it's about Clorox and the secret underground. I don't know. 1 hour and 37 minutes, says St. Caesar. For Clerks 2, sure. But again, I don't know if you... I don't know. Like I said, it's an idea we're tossing around. This Sunday's show obviously won't be that because it's only going to be an hour long this Sunday because I have to do, again, that thing. I'm also on the BYB podcast this Friday from 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to who knows how long. So that'll be fun. You should join that. That'll be great. But at any rate, let's get, we've got the chats up. Everyone's good there. Nobody chatting in on the Rumble. Indrid Cold saying, Johnny, how's it going? It's going good. Welcome to the show. John Doe. Oh, okay. We don't, we don't have, there aren't actual dispensaries in Minnesota currently. There are not. Any institution dispensing or selling marijuana is technically illegal unless they're on, like, say, the Indian reservation. The Indian reservation gets to skirt that law. I forget why. There's loopholes. But so, like, the Indian reservation can legally sell weed, and marijuana is it's legal sale for them. Everywhere else that dispenses currently is a medicinal dispensary. And the reason that there are no cops taking names or anything like that is because to use the medicinal dispensary in Minnesota, you have to sign up with a program and you have to file a report, not monthly, not weekly. You file a report every time you go to the dispensary. So if you go to the dispensary one day and then decide to go back the next day, you file a report those 2 days. Even though fuck all's really changed with you, you just decided to up an order, right? But at any rate, I digress. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but so there's no need for the man to track your name or anything like that because the government's already got it on a verified email. So hooray! At any rate, it's gonna be like I want to say about a year. About this time next year, you can expect to have dispensaries like up and running in full steam. But the system that they have set up is hinky. It's incredibly inefficient. And it's going to be, it's going to stumble a bit. And maybe if we're lucky, they'll pave out the fucking bumps. But let's see. Atomic Ray, that's how they track pseudoephedrine, a great meth making product. I did not know that. I don't make my own meth. Don't really... I was about to say, don't really do the whole meth thing, but I actually have never done meth, so I don't think that would help, I've got a lot of energy, but I still can't go anywhere. I don't know. Do we need meth? John Doe, I'm in California, and there's a cop in it taking names. It FR was asked any out, and I walked out. I'm not quite sure how all that goes together. Like I said, in the case of the state of Minnesota, if you're actually purchasing weed not on the reservation or one of those legit dispensaries, you're on the medicinal program. So again, the Minnesota Department of Health already has your name, your phone number, and a whole bunch of other information. And it's, just kind of the way it works. Let's clear that out. Thank you for jumping in on the chat, Atomic Ray. We're going to be kicking this show into high gear here. We've kind of got everybody filtering in. Let's get this thing started. We've got everything loaded up. A couple of stories. Oh, I say couple. A story from from yesterday, or day before yesterday, I should say, that we really wanted to get to. We did that, and Central Piece, okay, and then we got the Boeing CEO acknowledging. So there we go. We've got all of those. Yeah, but I feel like we're missing one. The FBI brag one? Nope. Hunter Biden contempt. There we go. That's the one that wasn't up. Oops. I'm sorry. I got to boop you for that. We didn't have that one up, and that's not cool. It's not what we do here, sir. Anyhow. So, Spy Pigeon. Johnny, how you been, man? How's the new year going? I've been okay. The new year's going so. We're gonna try and keep it a good one. Did not realize how I'll say this. The year might not be going the great. There's too much here. This thing used to be too small for me. My arms don't really fit in the sleeves. But now, like, I feel like if a fucking strong updraft comes, I'm gonna flash my boobs. God damn it. Just wanted to wear my fun red Deadpool shirt, you know? Just rep the pool. Whatever. That sounds so gay. Never do it again. Never do it again. Rep the pool. You fucking tool. Oh, and that rhymed, and it made it worse. It's getting cringier by the minute. Go to the video. All right, so we've got a video. Mr. Q, hi, everyone. Hey, how you doing? How are you? We're losing our mind in real time. So welcome. New details emerge on the piece of an Alaska Airlines plane that blew off mid-flight as investigators probe explosive decompression. So for everyone who does not know about the story we're about to talk about, apparently an Alaska Airlines plane was in air and kind of had what some might call a malfunction. You know what? Let's just let this guy tell you what the facts are. Here you go, bub.
I'm wondering, after you have listened to what you just heard, I mean, what is your confidence level in terms of what could have caused this to happen, and can it be quickly addressed? People are getting ready to fly all over this country every single hour of the day, and they're now worried whether they're on that type of aircraft or otherwise.
Yeah, it's understandable, the worry. Laura, this one is going to be solved by looking at metal. We can talk about the cockpit voice recorder and flight data recorder and the lights and the
You got to look at the metal, brother. Da, 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 da. Blow the door off the plane. Ba, da, da. Roller bearings. I knew that gay sport would get us. Oh, not rollerball, roller bearings. Fuck. Battle Brother Zio, if Johnny keeps talking to Aaron, the next morning show we'll see Aaron smoking a 3-pound blunt. Battle Brother Zio. Influencing people is a subtle game. You can't do it with a shovel. In the case of Aaron smoking weed, he's not a weed man. Aaron is not a weed guy. Aaron is a control freak. He is not a weed guy. The only time you can get Aaron into smoking weed is when you've got him good and lubed up with liquor. Because then his walls are down, defenses are off. Now he's having fun. He's in the moment. In fact, you don't even have to try to get him to smoke weed. If he's having a good time hanging out at a party and his inhibitions are down, he'll want to be part of the group doing the thing. He wants to be part of the group. It's not hard. Angry Saxon, you trying to kill the man? I'm not. Dude, I don't even offer this to Aaron, all right? I have this with me all the time when I'm sitting right next to him. He could take a puff. There you go. He could do one of those. He'd be fine. Well, sort of. And but I don't even do that. Why? Because he's not a weed guy. He's not a weed guy. You can't throw it at the man. When it comes to weed, if you want Aaron to smoke weed, you got to wait for him to want to smoke weed. Here's how you get people who don't fucking put him in a coma. Yeah, if he took a couple of good rips, If he took a couple of good rips, he's going to need a nap. But, well, I don't know. This one's a hybrid, so there is indica, but it's also sativa. I don't know which one's dominant. I'd have to look at the packaging, which I do not have here. So at any rate, like I said, if you want someone to smoke weed and they don't normally smoke weed, you don't even offer. You know what you do? You make sure that you're doing it around them appropriately. That's all you do. You make sure you tiptoe the line of you having a good time around them in a way that does not bother them at all. And eventually, the right moment will show up where they'll want to be part of the fun time. And then you let them join in. And that's where it's your responsibility to make sure that motherfucker doesn't get in, get in over their skis. That's a phrase I'm really loving. But it's difficult with that, man, because his tolerance is so low. You put the fucking baby gloves on him and he's out of control. It's just so, again, I don't know. And he's had bad experiences, so that doesn't help. Anyways, let's move on. Why are we talking about how to intoxicate my coworkers? I don't need those people's inhibitions down. With the stuff they've been saying lately, I'm going to start showing up to work like it's a Gallagher show just to make sure, even if they don't have any intention with me being on it, just to avoid fluid splatter. Just whatever. Fuck. Anyways, back to this video about the Alaskan Airlines. We're being stupid. Let's get back to the show. Boom.
Eliminate on the pressurized system, but ultimately they're going to be looking at those bolts and those spring hinges, and they're going to be looking for what they call witness marks, which is to say damage evidence, to see if a bolt or a nut sheared off, or
we've got some witness marks here that say Brooks was here. Didn't do it. Roller bearing fucked me.
If there are missing pieces, or if there's any evidence that a nut was screwed on and a little wire wasn't put through the bolt itself to ensure it doesn't loosen. Basically, the way this door is rigged up, if those bolts are not in and locked in, it's kind of spring-loaded, almost like a mousetrap, to be expelled from the aircraft if it gets jostled around. And so I think the pieces are probably there, or maybe they aren't there, and that's the key. What might be missing is very important. And as we've heard earlier today from the Associated Press, United has found some loose bolts in similar aircraft. So it appears.
So don't worry, everybody. If you're flying, just don't sit by the door. Yes, I would like a window seat as far from the fucking door as possible. You're a handicapped person. We usually like to keep you by the door. Fuck yourself, not even on your life. All right? I know what's going on with them jinky doors. I'm not going to be the first one out. Safe and secure. Oh, shit, they meant the election. Yeah, but I guess, 2 for 2. Oh. Do vape oils have sativa or indica or hybrid in them, or is the oil different? Well, we aren't trying to do a weed show, so I don't want to mix. Let's let you finish your last 30 seconds, then we'll get to the questions.
In Renton, Washington, when these fuselages were assembled, some bolts may not have been tightened properly, or at least that seems to be where we're headed on this. But it's still a little bit early to draw that conclusion. I do think we'll know, though, and I don't think at the end of the day people should feel particularly unsafe about this aircraft. There's no fundamental design flaw here. It appears they might have missed.
She doesn't buy it. She does not buy it. It appears there's no fundamental design flaw here. What? Did somebody fart? Why are you biting back? And Captain Dead Inside is just like, well, if only we had killed the fucking mouth breathers. Like, again, this is a weird panel. Count I almost said something that could probably get me in trouble. The lady here on the end hosting it, I don't know who shit in her cereal bowl this morning, but she seems very upset. Again, Princess Di is having a gasser of a time, and this guy just, again, nobody should be worried about the door coming off of the plane. I don't know why you think that's funny, ma'am.
A step in the construction of the aircraft, and that's crucial.
I want to know what she thought was so fucking funny now. Now I want to know what is so damn funny. The butt must not have been wiped because there was a blowout. Are you kidding me? No. Please tell me that there's nothing on the plane that says made in Korea. I love that it's like, well, there's a strong possibility that maybe the nuts weren't properly secured. Now, this particular door, as a safety feature, is designed like a spring-loaded mousetrap to eject from the plane if it gets jostled too bad and those nuts aren't just perfectly tightened. So, let me get this straight. If somebody is sleepy on the job, we could hear a message like, this is your captain speaking. We're at about 10,000 feet, and we unfortunately just lost 4 people because the door decided to say, fuck it, not today. Oh. All right, so now, we have another story. Oh, we got a video of the door blowing off mid-flight. Don't mind if I... Oh, but I bet it's an ad. You are! It's an ad. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you! Oh, the history of the world in 6 drinks. That sounds lame as shit. The history of the world in 6 drinks. Fuck you. It's 6 glasses. It looks bad. No. And who the hell is that guy? I don't know. Is that a Belushi? Part of the plane flew off not even 20 minutes into our... Oh, dude. Not even 20 minutes into our flight.
Fuck off.
Flew back for an emergency landing. Yeah, I'm going to need you to drop into a holding pattern for a minute while we open up a runway for you. Dude, there is a hole in the plane. We lost a door. I want this thing on the ground before anything else falls off, okay? This is your captain speaking. If you look out our left, it might seem a little distracting and a touch terrifying, but I have to admit, amazing view of the Alaskan Rockies, folks. Amazing view of the Alaskan Rockies. If, again, you glance out that ginormous cavernous hole where the door to the plane used to be. I imagine the noise coming down would be ear-splitting. Oh, yeah. The sudden depressurization would have fucked you up. We have I saw a video or a clip or something. Some dude literally lost his shirt because the door left and his shirt went with it. Just ripped him out of it. Massive lawsuit for injuries. I mean, kind of. It wasn't even the emergency door because we were in the back half. It was just a random piece of the plane. Wait a minute, I thought it was a door.
This wasn't even the emergency door. We're at the end of the plane, so the emergency door is right there. It was just a piece of the plane.
Everyone on the plane is okay. Luckily, there was no one seated next to the window. So wait, that was a window? I thought, no, that was a door.
Near the window. Yeah, they just said. I said that I thought we were fun. I take it back. Yeah, I thought we were too.
I thought we were too. Let me call somebody. All right, yeah, you suck. That video is not what we wanted at all. Alrighty, so we have now a critical piece of the Alaska Airlines Boeing plane that suffered a blowout mid-flight has been found in a school teacher's backyard in Oregon, according to the National Transportation Board. We're so excited to announce that we found the door plug. Thank you, Bob. Oh, so they found the door. This was supposed to be a story about someone's cell phone. Oh, what? Okay, so we're gonna read this, but this isn't what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be someone's cell phone was found. All right, ex-user Sean Safrey shared photos of one of the cell phones he claims to have found on the side of the road. He said the iPhone was still in airplane mode, half of the battery was opened to baggage claim. And the device is perfectly intact after apparently surviving a 16,000-foot drop before handing the phone over to NTSB officials. Whatever. Now let's get back to this other part. When the explosive decompression occurred, the door flew open. The flight attendant reports that she saw the first officer jolt forward. The first officer lost her headset, and that moment it was pulled off. The captain had a portion of the headset pulled off. But they put their masks on, turned on the speakers so they could communicate with folks in the cabin. Communication was a serious issue. Flight attendants reported being difficult to get information from the flight deck. The flight deck was having trouble also communicating. The cockpit, thank you, voice crack. I wish that one would break. The cockpit voice recorder was completely overridden. There is nothing on the cockpit voice recorder as the investigation to the incident remained ongoing. Angry Saxon saying, yeah, right, drop it 4 feet on the wooden floor and that glass shatters. I call bullshit. I do too, and that's why I wanted to do the pictures of the phone surviving, but that wasn't that. In usual fashion, Fox Business suckered me by going, let's talk about this one thing, and then they don't, and they just show you something quasi-related, and it's a pain in the ass. At any rate, we've got a news story now, a video from our last piece of the Alaska Airlines thing. We've got a we've got to get to Atomic Ray's comment. We've got a video from the CEO of Alaska Airlines. Did an interview on CBS this morning, I think, and he's talking about it. So we're going to play that in a minute. I wanted to get to John Doe's question. He retracted it a while ago, so I don't know what one that one was. Do vape oils have sativa or indica or hybrid in them, or is the oil different? It's a lot about how your group collects their cannabinoids and things like that. But your cannabinoids and your terpenes and things like that all come into here. And it's the cannabinoids that you get are based off of the strain. They take it from they usually process it from a solid source. Angry Saxon, the answer is yes. Why fucking bother? You know? Just the answer is yes. The answer is yes. And I enjoy both. I enjoy flower. I enjoy vape. Vape's fun. Flower's fun. Let's get to this video. Boop. Sir, could we maybe step the jacket size up a piece? I feel like you're really fighting to get in that.
Boeing CEO is talking for the first time about Friday's terrifying incident where a panel flew off an Alaska Airlines jet full of passengers. As Chris Van Cleve reports, he says Boeing wants to make sure this never happens again.
The haunting image of this gaping hole in the Alaska 737 MAX 9 shook Boeing CEO.
The haunting image of this gaping hole. Oh, I'm sorry. That's I wanted to say I couldn't come up with an actress's name in the time. Just I love the phrase, the haunting image of this gaping hole. I need to play that just one more time for me. I'm sorry.
Image of this gaping hole in the Alaska 737 MAX 9 shook.
He says Boeing wants to make sure this never happens again.
The haunting image of this gaping hole in the Alaska 737 MAX 9 shook Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun.
I didn't know what happened to whoever was supposed to be in the seat next to that hole in the airplane. I got kids, I got grandkids, and so do you.
His first public remarks since a door panel blew off the plane were to Boeing employees Tuesday.
Don't worry, guys. The seat was empty. Oh, thank God. I have a question. Why is that door panel there if there's a seat right here? You can't really get in or out of the plane. Is it like a construction thing and like it doesn't get used as a door? And I have so many questions about how you guys build airplanes now.
We're going to approach this, number one, acknowledging our mistake. We are going to approach it with 100% and complete transparency every step of the way.
Investigators are honing in on the 4 bolts designed to hold that door panel in place, bolts that so far they cannot find. United and Alaska have both identified other planes where those same bolts were loose. Calhoun says Boeing must now rebuild trust.
We're going to have to demonstrate it by our actions, our willingness to work directly and transparently with them.
I don't ever want a window seat. Holy Jesus. Oh my God. That would be my goddamn luck. That would be my goddamn luck. I'd be on the goddamn plane. They'd be like, hey, give the cripple the seat. And it's right there by the door. And then, now you're 16,000 feet. You don't have a parachute. Your legs don't work. And you've got to make a sudden landing. Good luck, motherfucker. Oh. Angry Saxon saying, supposed to be permanently sealed. Well, if you remember the clip we just showed a minute ago, let's, can we go to that? Can we cut? Let's see if we can cut to the nuts. Did we?
Must now rebuild trust.
We're going to have to demonstrate it.
Investigators.
There we go. These big old bolts and these nuts are supposed to help lock this thing in place. And those nuts are supposed to have a safety pin that prevents the bolt from coming loose. When we find those, maybe we'll know. But it's the fact that investigations into other planes now have revealed that those bolts are loose, where I'm like, oh, shit. So somebody was like, whatever. What's the worst that could happen? My boss makes $1 million, I make a dime. That's why I jerk off on company time. Who needs to put a safety washer on? I don't know.
Honing in on the 4 bolts designed to hold
Our actions, our willingness to work directly and transparently with them, and to make sure they understand that every airplane that Boeing has its name on that's in this sky is in fact safe.
Now, Capitol Hill is demanding answers from the FAA. Billy Nolan is the former acting administrator.
Is there a sufficient amount of FAA oversight of Boeing and its suppliers today?
No, because we're lazy. Oh.
I would argue that there is. This is the right case to ask ourselves these questions. What have we missed? That's a valid question to ask. And what else should we be doing?
With all MAX 9s in the U.S. grounded, airlines are still awaiting guidance about the new inspections. For CBS Mornings,
all MAX 9s are grounded. How hard is it to get a flight now? They should blame a robot for the loose nuts. Ah, who are we kidding?
I'm Chris Van
We don't
Cleve
have robots in charge of enough shit to blame them for the loose nuts. I mean, I get what you were saying there. It's a funny joke, but no. They won't blame a robot. Just confirmation for me, because I hate and don't trust flying, especially because I hear it's the safest way to travel. Yeesh. I mean, it's the safest way to travel in the fact that overall nothing happens, because when something does happen, it's horrendous. So, but if you grade it on the curve, right, but when it does, like I said, I now worry about flying in an airplane, in general. So, we have, let's reload this quick. Actually, no, we don't think we need to. We have a story here. What time is it? 2:40. We got plenty of time. We have a story here, about the Gulf Coast, the Southeast. This is from yesterday afternoon when this aired. Okay. But at any rate, they're going to be talking a little bit about the stars. We've had, you know what? Do we care? This is from yesterday. 5 people are dead. Hundreds of thousands were in the dark as stormy weather covered much of the country Tuesday. Yeah, we'll cover it. We'll give it a go. Boop, boop, boopity, boop. Bang.
Deadly storm is hammering the eastern third of the nation right now, bringing an arsenal of heavy rain, heavy snow, powerful winds, severe thunderstorms, and tornadoes. Twisters leaving a trail of destruction in parts of the southeast. Tornado watches extending into the evening from Florida to Virginia. And those strong winds accompanying the storm have proven especially dangerous. The severe weather blamed for several deaths. 178 million people are living under wind alerts right now, while the Midwest and Great Lakes are in the snow zone.
Normally, it's just my house. Oh, the Midwest and the Great Lakes are in the snow zone. Oh, no zone. The snow zone.
Most of Iowa under winter alerts right now. Heavy snow bands making driving very hazardous. All of this slowing down air travel, too, with more than 7,000 flight delays and 700 cancellations, not including those related to the Boeing 737 MAX 9 groundings. Al Roker has the latest storm track for us in just a moment, but first, Maggie Vespa with the storm's impact.
Why are we going to Roker if we have her? She's in a puffy jacket. Easy on the ice. Why don't we keep Miss Des Moines on the roll here? Why do we got to go to Al Roker? No offense. The guy just bums me out. Seeing Al Roker.
Yeah, Lester, here in the Des Moines area, snow totals clocked in at close to 11.
Holy shit, deep voice. All right, guys. I'm going to give the odds 50-50. What are we guessing? Diversity higher. You know what I mean. Diversity higher.
Inches in 24 hours. And this is just one layer in a complex, brutal system that is making its way across the country.
Tonight, across the U.S., our once mild winter taking a sudden, violent turn.
Holy crap.
A sprawling monster system sparking a rare and deadly tornado outbreak, with more than a dozen tornadoes reported along the Gulf Coast and in the southeast.
All right, well, hey, man, at least your house has a friend. My house gets by with a little help from my friends. Oh, it's on its side with a little help from my friends. I don't mean to nitpick, but I think he has crossed my property line. Sorry, I'm grabbing my leg. Get it up on my other leg because it's being a problem. Look, I'm not trying to be a dick here. I mean, I'm going to be because it's easy. But if you could maybe back your house off the side of my home, Honey, could you ask the neighbors for a cup of sugar? Yes, I just opened the fucking window. All right, you got a fucking cup of it. Like, just, oh, man. Now, is this because of the wind? How pissed are you at this person? Because you know right now that the person who lives in this home, modest means this asshat has been expanding and adding time and time again, and now their giant Lego brick is so tall that a good gust just knocked them right over. Oh. Red Rover, send your new bedroom/attic over. Let's just merge the two houses. And from this day, we shall join House Gray with House Blue because fuck it, construction is too expensive. Rusty Grammar, Cracker Jack box housing. Yeah, it does not seem super sturdy. Crazy ass cheap buildings. That would be a great gray pop-up. Gray Poupon ad. Do you have any Gray Poupon? No. Can your house, back off out of my bubble, please? You know what this is a great ad for? Nosy neighbors. Do you ever feel like perhaps your neighbors are intruding on your space? Here at mindthelion.com, we get down to the nuts and bolts of where your property line actually is in case somebody has maybe crossed the line. They look like cardboard. They do. They do not look real. I'll be honest, this looks like a sofa that got ripped open, and at least the roof over here I can tolerate. I can tolerate the roof getting ripped off, light, loaded with insulation. Okay, fine. The fact that it looks like this one took a good blow and it just tipped right over.
Homes toppled like dominoes, some obliterated entirely.
I just put all the kids in the bathtub with a mattress on top.
Authorities confirming 3 people dead across the South, including one hit by a tree in Georgia, another in North Carolina. 2 people there also critically injured after a possible tornado touched down an hour outside Charlotte.
They had got under the house, and then it just sucked them all up and set it back down.
Across the South, flooding is a major problem. This Ross parking lot near Atlanta, underwater.
Oh, no. Ross is underwater. Get him out of the fountain. Oh, man. Sometimes you need somebody to lean on. Jake from Allstate. Yes, I need somebody to stand my house back up.
Meanwhile, blizzards blinding the Midwest, dumping several inches overnight. Whiteout conditions making roads treacherous.
I'm ready for it when it comes, but it's kind of nerve-wracking.
Holy fuck, Kermit seems depressed. I'm ready for it when it comes, but, it's not easy being green. Neon fucking green.
Tonight, 178 million people across the South and Northeast remain under wind alerts.
Yeah, again, not just the people in my house.
5 million in the Southeast and on the East Coast under flood watches. In hard-hit Iowa, with less than a week until the caucuses, snow forcing Nikki Haley and Vivek Ramaswamy to cancel campaign events. Downtown Des Moines, a ghost town.
I can imagine that it's going to disrupt a lot of other people who are traveling and trying to get here.
A sudden whiteout marking just one layer of this triple winter threat. Maggie Vespa, NBC News, Des Moines, Iowa.
Again, I don't know how bad the snow is here. Is it that bad here? Is it that bad here? Chinese Allen wrenches. Just a nuke key. Don't know what that means. Alrighty, St. Caesar. Clean up in California. I repeat, clean up in California. Imagine that house in Minnesota. It might last a few weeks in the fall. It might make it 2 days in Alaska. I don't think that house was in Minnesota. I grew up with foot-high snow and had to go to school in it. Kids today are pussies. Yeah, in my day, we climbed uphill in the snow both ways through 30-foot snow drifts. I was routinely dropped off by sled dog, and it was a difficult time. Kids today need their iPhones and their Uber apps and their McDonald's fingers, apple slices, and they then they're great. But until then. And here we are not getting shit. Again, I don't recall hearing the snow being particularly bad here. I know it wasn't good. There was like some slushiness and some iciness. But again, it didn't seem too bad. So it was interesting to hear how bad it's been elsewhere. I don't even want to know about that one. Let's go ahead and talk about this story very, very briefly. I actually don't even want to bother. We have a story about the FBI posted a tweet bragging about arresting more January 6th rioters, and I'm kind of just not. I'm not in the mood. We're almost to the end of the first hour. We got plenty of stuff to cover for the last part of the first hour, and we've got a lot of stuff in the second hour. So we got plenty of shit to talk about, and I don't really think, I don't know, you guys can voice an opinion if you have one right now. We were gonna post things about the responses to the tweet, but it just sickens me at this point. The whole thing just, it's so effing BS. All right, I don't even know why that's doing a thing. Let's close that off. Pretty much full power, so we'll just leave you over here. All right, so let's get into the rest of the show. Down by Rochester, they got nailed with snow. Really? So southern Minnesota, Iowa and southern Minnesota got dumped on. Northern Minnesota got what, like a light sprinkle and like froze? Give them 20 years. I mean, no. That's the other reason I didn't want to read into that. Even if these people were walking around being absolute pieces of garbage, the 20 years thing seems excessive when we have other people who commit like murders and stabbings and violent assaults and they get let out like without bail or with bail. It just seems kind of fucked up. And on top of that, like I said, the guy who organized it got 6 months. We're not supposed to believe he's not a Fed? Yeah, right. All we have are videos of him saying we have to go into the Capitol, and they gave him a reduced sentence because he tried to de-escalate. Yes, like when he encouraged that kid to break through the barrier. He was de-escalating. All righty, let's go over to this story. Representative Chip Roy from Texas is apparently calling a warning that a motion to vacate the House Republican leader is not off the table. So for those of you who don't remember last year at all, we got the House representative, we got the speaker, we got the guy, and it was a difficult battle, but he finally got in. And then when he got in, what he did is he made a deal between the two parties for budget stuff, and for doing that, they kicked him out. Thank God for the snow made $2K after expenses yesterday. Great for you, Chevy JB. If you do like driveways and stuff, we might have to talk. But anyways, somebody I guess handled mine, so I guess we'll look into that anyways. I've been sick about hearing about January 6th since January 7th. I'll say this. I've been sick about hearing about January 6th since December 1st of the year following the original January 6th. The entire year of parading that shit out has bothered me. Everything else since has bothered me. But the idea, the audacity that the FBI is like, hey, we got more people, when it really doesn't look like a fair trial and a fair setup. It really looks like we used a situation and we pushed people And we instigated a situation so we could just round up a bunch of political adversaries. So we could stop one political adversary and everybody that supports him. But at any rate. So again, that's why we're going to drop that one and get into this one. So Chip Roy, a Republican from Texas, again, says, I'm leaving it on the table. I'm going to say I'm going to file it tomorrow. Oh, wait, I read that wrong. I'm leaving it on the table. I'm not going to say I'm going to file it tomorrow. I'm not saying I'm going to file it tomorrow, the Texas conservative said on Tuesday on the Steve Deese show. Or is that Steve Ducey? I don't know. I think I think the speaker needs to know that we're angry about it. He needs to know that we need to sit down at the table and try to solve this. It's notable criticism from Roy, who was not one of the 8 Republicans who joined Democrats in ousting former Speaker Kevin McCarthy in October. Roy has been on the warpath against Johnson's agreement to fund the government struck with Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer over the weekend. He called the bill, which follows through with most commitments cobbled together by McCarthy and President Biden during the talks to raise the debt ceiling last year, garbage, and dismissed Johnson's promise to negotiate conservative policy wins in the eventual spending bills. The deal would set a statutory limit of a $1.59 trillion for discretionary government funding, but would honor a McCarthy-Biden side deal of an added $69 billion. Johnson on Sunday announced that he secured the extra $16 billion in cuts for the fiscal year to offset some of that. So again, you got in and you made the same deal as the guy before you, and everybody's pissed. Like I titled the show, Deja Vu. It hasn't even been a year. SS Stern saying to Rusty Grammer, yeah, my adult kids, when they were in elementary school, walked a mile to get down our driveway, then about a quarter mile to the stop. Yeah, my driveway as a kid was a quarter mile long, but we got picked up at the end of it, so we had to sit out there and wait. That sucked. At any rate. There was absolutely no shelter from the elements. There was no, you just had to stand out there like a fucking tree in the middle of a field. All right, so we have the top line agreement. This allows us to fight for our policy priorities, for our policy riders now, and our appropriators are resolute in doing that, Johnson said. Our members are excited about getting that done, and we're going to do our job here. Again, so I don't want to keep reading this because that sucks too. And I want to get to this next one. And we will in a minute. So you got rid of the last guy. The new guy does the same deal as the old guy. And oh, man. SS Stern, anyone convicted is a political prisoner that committed no crime. I don't agree. I don't agree with that. Political prisoner, sort of. Committed no crime? Not really. You did, at the very least, vandalize stuff. Now, are you being vastly overpunished for the crime you committed? Yeah. That is absolutely true. But a lot of them didn't really commit that big of a crime. Certainly people that weren't there getting 20 fucking years does not make sense to me. But, again, you misquoted that. It wasn't me. I have brain damage and I might have screwed up. I'm sorry. At Rusty Grammer from SS Stern. Yeah, my adult kids, when they were in elementary school, walked a mile to get then about a quarter to the bus stop. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry I misquoted you. Alrighty, so after that. Oh, whatever. I'm fucking dumb. Okay? We've covered this. Moving on with our stories. Thank you for being here today on Twitch, Rumble, and YouTube. We've got all of our chats up. So if you say it, we'll see it, we'll read it, we'll try and get to it. And 2 of them up on the screen. So hey, you're part of the show. We'll talk about how you can help with funding the show and keeping it on the air in a little bit. But we're having a great time, and we've got one other thing I want to get to before we even worry about that. And that is, you guys, today, Wednesday, January the 10th, we did it. We got Hunter Biden to make an appearance on Capitol Hill in an oversight contempt proceeding. We got him to appear at an oversight proceeding. Let's go to that video now. Do you want to see him finally be sat down and asked the hard questions? Because I give you today.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Excuse me, Hunter. Apparently you're afraid of my words.
Whoa! Oh.
I'd like to reclaim my time, Mr. Chairman.
Burst their bubble. Wow, that's too bad.
The House committees to see what and how relevant information to any legitimate inquiry could be provided.
So you came here to see what relevant information towards any inquiry could be provided, and then you left immediately? Margie Taylor Greene is derp. She is derp. Johnny, if they went through your house like they did the Capitol, what would you sentence them with, says John Doe. Well, the difference being the Capitol is a public building and my home a private residence. It would be trespassing overall. Trespassing. It would be breaking and entering because, again, you wouldn't be welcome. But, again, the slight difference with it being the Capitol is the federal building. There's safety matters, whatever. Like I said, people who weren't even there getting 20 years, that's fucking preposterous. People who were there and went into somebody's office and put their foot up on a desk, getting a couple of years, it's bullshit, but okay. But that's not what we're seeing. And the part that I love the most is that it's very, very obvious that these people who did these things didn't just go against the system and do these things. They were coaxed into it. They were led into it. They were encouraged. And then they were severely reprimanded. First-degree burglary, which is a felony. Right. Now, like I said, with it being a federal building and things like that, I can understand maybe a year or two. Good behavior, probationary anklet, whatever. Maybe the 6 months that they gave Mr. Epps. If you actually took belongings like a podium or somebody's stuff from somebody's office, that's theft, fine, whatever. But even if you add like a multiplier or some sort of incentivize or some sort of service charge, for lack of a better term, because you chose to commit this crime on the Capitol, on a government building. There's, again, so many questions about how everything else happened, but let's not even worry about those. Again, just taking what actually happened, all that. Again, you shouldn't have people serving decades. Serving decades. SS Stern saying it's all BS, and for whatever reason, they get away with it. It's so effed up. Here's the thing. Here's the thing for me that I'll say about it. It's not that it's all BS. It's that as I look back at history, I see like a lot of the people in charge are self-serving. Like that's just the way they are. But the ones that get caught, the ones that get in trouble, the ones that something happens to them in this country, looking back for the last, I don't know, to say like the 60s and 70s, they always seem to go against one particular part of the government. And I'm not a big fan of that part of the government anymore. So at any rate, we'll leave that there. I don't want to say anything incriminating on a live feed. Let's go play this. Why are you busting up out of here?
The House committees to see what and how relevant information to any legitimate inquiry could be provided. Our first 5 offers were ignored, and then in November, they issued a subpoena for a behind closed doors deposition, a tactic that the Republicans have repeatedly misused in their political crusade to selectively leak and mischaracterize what witnesses have said.
Oh, and by the way, the Democrats have in no way brought tons of people into closed room meetings to do that exact same thing with Donald Trump. Look, I hate that I'm defending Trump with this, but if Trump is such a bad guy that you guys need to do that to him, why can't we do it to Biden too? Why can't they both be bad? That's all I'm saying. Oh, that's the end of it. So again,
First of all, my first question.
that is our justification. He stayed for but a moment, and like I said in the description, he saw his shadow and he ran. Van Drexel, I'm sorry if you're just listening and not watching. I was reading the chat for a minute and making. Van Drexel, is this a true story? My daughter works at a trampoline park. Hunter came in for a bat mitzvah. Comes up to my daughter 15 minutes after getting there to see if she has seen his missing phone. Ended up losing it in a foam pit, and Secret Service had to tear it apart to find it. Imagine babysitting this asshole, right? Babysitting that guy would be horrendous. He loses his shit everywhere, and then when he loses his shit and it has incriminating evidence on it, we're all supposed to be assholes for going, why can't we hold them at account? Toastmaster saying they are both bad. Right here, look, I'm going to, I don't know if you guys know this or not, I'm going to drop a hot take on you, so sit down and fucking buckle in. All the people in politics are relatively, as a person, bad. Their only incentive to make your life any better is so that way you keep being in favor of them being in control. Now, the more control they have over you, the less they have to give a shit about what you say. Someone's sending me a thing. What's this? Yeah, it's just another video of the thing missing, of the plane. Thank you for whoever sent that in. Yeah, but thank you for that. I really appreciate you sending that in. But we're kind of good. The overall hole on the plane. The lady thinking it was turbulence. A lot of people fucking, I'd be fucked up for sure. Lab glass. Sorry. Don't be sorry. This is great. Thank you for sending me the video. I'm not going to run it. Just letting you know. Thanks. My daughter works at a trampoline park, Hunter. So yeah, they're both bad. That's what I was saying. They're both bad. Like, and this is where I have a problem because I have so many people that are like, oh, so we have to let this guy get away with everything. I'm like, no, we don't. We don't have to let him get away with everything. But right now, there's one guy that's using the public, like literally, here's my issue. They're both bad, but right now, one guy is using the FBI as his own personal attack dog. The other guy, at the very least, didn't, and at the very most, I don't think could if we got him reelected. And here's the other thing for the whole, like, we got to get Trump back in here. Here's the reason I don't want Trump back in there. I think too many people believe if we just put Trump in, the problems will be solved magically. Nobody has an idea how it'll happen. We'll just put Trump in and it'll work. Lagwass, my apologies. Don't hit me again. Well, then do your job. Do your goddamn job. I did my job. Did you do yours? Where's, Oh, I don't have those drops. That's right. I have these ones.
It's over, Johnny. Nothing is over! You just don't turn it off!
All right, let's go ahead and load our second hour stories. We're kind of putzing around. We've got a show going for, again, another 2.5 hours. Thank you for being part of it. We're going to get a few... We're going to get a few interesting stories in for the second hour. Go ahead and click the thumbs up, the likes, the subscribes. We really appreciate all of those. Tell your friends. Grow the show. We appreciate it. We'll be here again for another 2.5 hours. Let's get these second hour. I'm repeating myself now because I'm flustered. So we've got a story that we're wrapping up on from a leftover from Monday that I wanted to cover. Actually, we got 2 of those. And then after that, we've got a fun one. There's one more thing from the Golden Globes that I don't know that we talked about, and it is Gillian Anderson's dress that she chose to wear. So it's gonna be fun. And after talking about airplanes, we've got a story about a supercommuter, as they're called. We have a story about a supercommuter who travels to New York from Ohio. It seems crazy as shit. So we're going to talk about him. But Orange Jesus won't save anybody but himself, says Toastmaster. Jane Doe saying Scully. Yes, most famously known as Scully from the X-Files. One of my all-time, she's always been an incredibly attractive woman to me. Just Gillian Anderson, just a fucking fox. And that lady has gotten incredibly hot as she's gotten older. Bravo. Bravo. And Toastmaster saying Orange Jesus won't save anybody but himself. Again, I don't think this is where it lands for me. I think Orange Jesus will do nice for the country in order to do nice for himself, like to get away with everything he does. He want everyone to be star-spangled stoked on him. He has a level of narcissism that'll give him, in my opinion, motivation for us to be happy as Americans. Whether or not he can accomplish anything, no idea. No idea. Travels from Ohio. Is it Ray DeVito? No. It's a writer for the Wall Street Journal, I think. Orange Jesus saved my bank account in retirement, says Rusty Grammer. Personally, he did it himself, maybe. Good for him. Here's what I say about Orange Jesus. 1, the fact that we routinely refer to him as Orange Jesus. 2, last time he had a relatively decent thing in a relatively good spot that took a lot less work to put in a better place. You know what I mean? Right now, we're in a shitbox. How well can we dig out of that? Is he the right guy for that job? Fuck if I know. I'll tell you this. I don't like the guy we have doing it right now. And since we're persecuting that guy over here, left, right, and sideways with the FBI, can we please, I don't know, have the Bidens in jail? There's only one real Jesus, the Son, our Lord and Savior, brother. Right. The white guy who grew up in the Middle East around a bunch of Jewish people. All right, let's not worry about that. Let's go ahead and talk about this story quick. New York City Democrat says cars belonging to migrants were towed from a shelter and the taxpayers deserve answers. A New York City Democrat says taxpayers deserve answers after she captured and shared unbelievable video of cars apparently appearing to belong to migrants being towed outside a Brooklyn shelter. Is this that video? I want the video. It's not. It's another fucking stupid. Outside a Brooklyn shelter, and you link it like it's a video. It seems like they have. Seems like they're having more resources than the average American. All right, so there's a still frame. Do we have the actual video? Nope. All right. So we'll just continue reading it then. All right. So at least 5 vehicles illegally parked outside Floyd Bennett Field were towed Friday night, according to the New York Post. In Williams' video, at least 2 of the vehicles appear to be SUVs, while another appears to be a pickup truck. Williams herself counted 5 cars and 1 truck, saying the vehicles do not have license plates. And then she asks her co-host if they've gotten any answer as to where these migrants got these vehicles in the first place. We have not gotten any responses from anyone whatsoever this morning, and we will be working on that, but as of right now, nothing, she replied. Meanwhile, the city's residents grapple with the cost and chaos of the migrant overflow. Yeah, we can throw that story in there all while, but we've talked about all that. So again, they're towing They have cars now? Must be nice. I thought they were walking here with the clothes on their back in search of the American dream, but apparently they're also coming here with a Kia Sorento, and they're just trying to make it happen. This is unbelievable. You know what? We should tow these vehicles, and we should make the migrants pay for it. Oh, man. Is it? It's Johnny's birthday, says Evil Gandhi. No, it's not my birthday. They have cars. They can drive back to Venezuela. I want to know where they got the cars, because they don't come through the border in the cars. So where'd they get the cars? Seems weird. Atomic Ray, very active on the Rumble chat. Thank you, everyone, for being part of the show on Rumble today. Really happy to have all you here. Control is too general a description. They want control of the children. Well, in terms of control of the children, Bloomberg put an article out, and I have to cover it. I meant to get to it Monday. But it's an opinion piece. And as senior editor of the opinion piece, firmly believes, and this is the title of said opinion piece, 2024 is the year of elections, and that's a threat to democracy. A threat to democracy. So we have elections, and that's a threat to So let me guess, we should just not have elections and make the Bidens the de facto leaders for another couple of years until we figure something else out? Like, what's the proposal here? Again, it's really, really weird. The guy that's going to lock everything down, take everything away from you, the big boogeyman, is the one that we have to vote in. And remember, that's Hitler. And everything ends once we vote in Hitler. So let's just not have elections. What? Toastmaster, just like Ukraine. Yeah. Turns out there's no good way to interrupt your girlfriend's boring story to remind her you have a video game paused in the other room. I don't know. I don't have a girlfriend, so it's a story. That's a situation I don't have to worry about. It's what I call finding the silver lining. Alrighty, so again, 2024 is the year of elections. That is a threat to democracy. A senior editor posting that elections were bad for democracy, saying that people voting is a threat to democracy and there's only a 10% chance that things will go well. Now, 41% of the world's population is having major elections this year. Yay, democracy, right? Not really. With extremist populist parties, mostly right-wing, on the rise everywhere from the European Union to the Pacific Rim. Yes, and we can't talk about at all why any of that might be happening. It can't be that the left-wing parties that were or are in control have continually dropped the ball. Guys, they want to vote in these other parties because we've fucked things up a lot. And now they want to be like trying it other ways and shit. Alrighty. So the who's the author of this? Tobin Hershaw. So Tobin Hershaw is very, very worried about this. Also in the article, Kashima Vaswamy is especially worried about the latter. Asia Pacific is seeing a significant increase in populism and authoritarianism, harking back to an era of strongmen presidents who ruled with an iron fist. Hundreds of millions of votes won't necessarily mean more democracy.
Let him cook.
Thank you for the 100 bits. We're a ways off from the sticker party, so we need to get that in. Rusty grammar. They're parked out of camera shot where the big trailer with all their brand new shoes and Biden shirts come from. Nobody actually thinks these migrants actually walked through Mexico to get here, do they? No, nobody thinks they walked. They ride a whole shit ton of trains. There's brief parts. Look, the ones that come here from like lower like South America and stuff, again, not walking. They walk through heavily populated areas and they move again largely by train route. But the ones that come here from other countries that kind of land in the middle again, they just hop onto that. It's not like they're walking it foot by foot. Fruit by the foot. At any rate, so again, we keep having these people confronted with the fact that we get these leaders who want to be touchy-feely okay with everybody, and then they F everything up, and then we want to try changing shit up, and now, so what are the chances everything turns out all right? Somebody other than Trump wins the U.S. presidency, the UK regains its senses, China is dissuaded from invading its rogue providence, the Middle East finds peace and dictatorships fall left and right. Eek. If you allow yourself to dream a little dream, an optimistic case emerges. Call it the 10% world, according to John and Adrian. Who are John and Adrian? I think what people don't realize, I'm tired of saying it, Trump wins the election, it's not really going to change your lives. Things might take a few turns that might improve a little bit, but it's not going to upend or rearrange or bring back the good old days of 4 years ago. No. Things are fucked up, and it's going to take a while to unfuck that farm. And even if you could, like I said, it's not going to happen then. But the idea, people so, no, guys, it's all going to go wrong. They're going to vote all these other people in who don't like doing all the stuff we like. Saint Aaron, I actually completely agree with you on this one. I completely agree with St. RN. If I can walk over the border without being stopped, then I should be able to cross the border/fence that surrounds the White House. # no more walls. I kind of agree with that. However, what the White House and others will do as a safety measure is they'll simply say, "Oh, you get stopped. You get stopped and processed and then put on through." So we'll do the same thing at the White House, except when you get stopped, we'll arrest you or just kick you out. So, oops, the doodles. Again, like, I love the idea that people are just like, you know what? It's not cool that this is happening, and it's not cool that they're doing that to all these political prisoners or what have you. But again, we have the issue with the group of the government doing it, and so many people that support them don't even no, they tried to take over the government. They had literally zero effect on the business of the day. Again, nothing in our country was delayed even a millisecond. They largely don't get anything done every day in the American government. All right, so that's enough of that. Let's talk a little bit about something more fun. Gillian Anderson and vaginas. Now, I'm a big fan of Gillian Anderson. I love her in X-Files. Loved her in Hannibal. But AOC was scared. AOC wasn't even anywhere near there. AOC was scared, and she was blocks and blocks away. Now, don't get me wrong. There were people in that group that were amped up. Certain people helped make them sure get that way, didn't they? Now, if she was in the building, she might have a reason to legit be concerned for herself. I would not begrudge her that. But the fact that she wasn't anywhere near there, she can cry her crocodile tears somewhere else. Anyway, let's get to this again. The Golden Globes. Johnny, this was too crazy for me not to share it, says Battle Brothers EO. Let's see what this is. How to create 10K black millionaires per year and stop the money pit fraud waste that it is. #NSA. NASA? Oh. Cool. I still think the guy is stupid, and I could give a shit. This was too crazy for me not to share. Thank you. No. Thank you for sharing. Not interested, but thank you for sharing. Let's go ahead and get back over to this. The actress sporting address. Actress Gillian Anderson had a gown. Now, apparently she has a clothing line or something, and it was embroidered with female anatomy for Saturday night's Golden Globes, citing many reasons behind her decision to do so. My dress was designed by Gabriella Hearst, and it has vaginas on it, the actor told Deadline. Oh, God, I want that clip. Do we have... You know what? Is this it? Is this her saying it has vaginas on it? I thought she called it yonic. She called it yonic, I thought. But now we have 25 seconds. Let's just go. Does she say it's my dress and it has vaginas on it?
The dress is designed by Gabriella Hearst.
Yes.
And it has vaginas on it.
So, female anatomy, can we say?
Yeah.
Okay, why did you choose this?
Oh, for so many reasons. What do you think? For so many reasons. It's brand appropriate.
Very good, I like it. Thank you very much.
Brand appropriate, she says. Embroidered vaginas, says John Doe. Right? John Doe saying, Johnny, I want to switch to vaping pot. What's your setup? Nice try, Wilmer. Nice try. I got this from my medicinal dispensary. Everything I get is from my medicinal dispensary in Minnesota. So I don't know if you can get it. It's called Rise. They have programs in several states. It's called a rhythm vaporizer, and it has a magnetic coupler that you screw onto your vape thing, and you just drop it in. Click. inhale and it works. You got to keep it charged, but it's pretty effortless, so I like that. A vag dress, all the elites are sex pests. No, actually, we're going to get to this. Not really the case here with this one. Now, the dress was embroidered with female anatomy, like she said, for so many reasons. She's in a show called Sex Education, and the star said the Ivory Gabriella gown was brand appropriate, and that is because she loves the dress's floral inspiration, which was covered in peonies. All right, so it's a different kind of whatever. The collaboration with her alternative wellness brand, G-Spot. So her alternative wellness brand is called G-Spot because her name's Gillian Anderson. She's gotten a lot of notoriety for doing a show as like a sex education person. So again, she's kind of just leaning into the hot old blonde lady that that like sex fun or whatever. So it's not quite the same. And yeah, you guys are jumping over. She's a sex pest. No, have more fun with this. Like Saint Aren said, don't touch her dress. You might get accused of fingering. Is the dress scratch and sniff? Oh. The worst part is all of those vaginas are incredibly close proximity, so they all start bleeding at the same time. That's when you're wearing a red dress. She told somebody else, the dress has Giannis on it. If you like to pan down, there are so many Yannis, about 150 hours of embroidery. Yeah, that's a fancy word for vagina. She's got a crap ton of vaginas on her dress. Oh, we did that clip. Is this a different clip? Is this a different clip?
Yes.
It is. Oh, we've got another guy. Oh, this is beautiful. She's so happy to talk about her lady gown.
Is a 12.
Why, thank you.
Is
Can
it
I tell you
comfortable?
about this dress? It's so comfortable.
In detail.
So this is Gabriella Hurst.
Gabriella Hurst.
Yes, a collaboration with me for my G-Spot brand, which
Sorry?
is an alternative wellness brand. It's called G-Spot.
Okay.
Yeah, and the dress has yonis, if you would like to pan down.
Yonis, yeah.
Yeah. Yonis, there are so many
Vaginas.
yonis on my dress.
These days we have to have permission to pan down. She just invited a pan.
I did.
I invited a pan. Yeah, you have to have permission to pan down. You also have to have permission to touch the dress.
A pan to my yonis.
Yeah.
And it took 3.5 hours per yoni.
Again, per vagina. I love this. If so, I love how it's an embrace of feminism or a mark of your brand or whatever when you put a vagina on it. Can we start putting dicks on clothes now? Well, it's a mark of my brand, the mushroom stamp. All right. Now, the fun part is she at no point You got me. You fucking got me. So now the dress is whatever. The funny part about the dress was the fact that she at no point said it was a statement about women's reproductive rights. But the story is panned and the artists are constantly this is one of the reasons why I read through these sometimes and I decide I have to like skim and take them out because again, it is just 18 months since since Roe v. Wade was overturned. While she didn't go into specifics why she chose the vagina-themed dress, her decision to do so does come 18 months after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. Right. But at no point did she pick any side in that race. Right? What about having a vagina on your dress means pro-choice? It just means there's a vagina on your dress. But nope, we got to stick that one in there too. Alrighty, so again, we have a show going for another 2 hours. Are they cute or roast Beth? Chevy JB saying, I want to see. We did play it. We did play the vagina dress. Oh, I bet you said that before we played it. So yeah, no, we put the clips up there. We put the clips up there, didn't we? Now I'm nervous. You know what? I can check. Let's go to the Rumble and go back a bit. Talking. Oh, I'm worried. It was on the lap cam the whole time. No, it wasn't. Thank you for lying, Fanatical Bucks fan. Let's see. Nope, this is way too old. I feel like people would be saying show it on the screen when I was playing it. Mr. Q saying, I saw it. Yeah, I think we're good. We're good. We don't need to worry about it. It's fine. All right. That's on live chat. I don't know why that's up there. All right. So there we go. We, yes, all vagina dresses. A vag dress are all the, oh, no, we already read that. John Doe. No, I saw the videos. I saw the sign.
Last time I checked, we don't have a whole lot of songs that feature the cowbell.
I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
I missed it, so show the pussy for me.
I'm going to go ahead and roll on that cowbell for Dear Butch. We'll go ahead and do that. Cowbell for Dear Butch. One time for Dear Butch here. Thank you for being a member. 27 months. We really appreciate that support. Here we go. Cowbell. Hey-o. All righty. All right, let's go ahead and we'll do this one more time. Once more with feeling. Where is the where's our vagina dress?
Dress is a 12.
Why, thank you.
Is
Can
it
I tell you
comfortable?
about this dress? It's so comfortable.
In detail.
So this is Gabriella Hurst.
Gabriella Hurst.
Yes, a collaboration with me for my G-Spot brand. For my G-Spot brand. Gabriella Hurst.
Gabriella Hurst.
Yes.
Vaginas. They're not easy to see. They're vaginas.
A collaboration with me for my G-Spot brand, which is an alternative wellness brand. It's called G-Spot.
Okay.
Yes. Really helping fight the At any rate, the point is their vagina's on her dress. It was shocking. You couldn't notice unless she told somebody. And that's the other part. No point is she's like, and it also helps speak to, and it doesn't speak to anything. But the article we're reading just had to keep sticking on there. Oh, well, you know, of course, it's also the anniversary of not having Roe v. Wade. Like, oh, you're not. Oh. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into our next stories and stuff. That was just a fun little thing for that.
This is a proud moment. Yes, I am more proud of this. Both prideful in both, but this is.
What the fuck is this? This is the
Meanwhile,
story.
as the cost of living skyrockets,
I
more
exposed that.
Americans are going to
Stop
great
playing
heights,
stuff without my
literally, to
fucking. Oh, it's this douche canoe. Oh, it's our video. Stop playing them without my permission. Alrighty, so we did that. We're doing the New York City traveling thing. All right, so then we've got that for Quebec. We've got a couple of things left to do. We've got a few things left to do for our second hour here. We're going all the way till 5:30. So thank you for being show. Aaron should wear that. Would be less gayer than the shirt he brought on vacation. Aaron should wear what? What should Aaron be wearing? Not sure. All right, whatever. All right. It's been so long since I've seen one. I had to look, says Mr. Q. All right, again, it wasn't shocking for me. It's artfully done. They were all white. Seems strange. Racist. I feel like we should have had vaginas of every color. All right, let's get into our next story. Our next story is again about the supercommuter thing, which I don't know if they'll talk about it on this. I don't think they will. But I want to know how that guy, after what's happened recently, how do you handle that? Just traveling in general. Spot. A clip from Saint RN. Interesting. All right. Let's go ahead and press play here. Now, again, this story's about a commuter. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to sit in on it because it might lose interest for me. And something about seeing this asshat's face just at the beginning, just something about this Jack Nicholson Joker looking asshole. Just
Meanwhile, as the cost of living skyrockets, more Americans are going to great heights, literally, to save some dough, including...
Screw you. Screw you for saying that, and screw you for smiling. If you don't understand how much of a fucking corporate shill you are for spitting that line out like that, going to great heights, ha, and he didn't even write it himself. That's the worst part. This asshat doesn't write his own material. He looks like he can't even hit the bowl, if you know what I mean.
Including our next guest, who works in this building, a so-called supercommuter who travels from Columbus, Ohio, to this building in New York City, where he works every week. He writes about his decision to embrace a life of chaos in a new piece in the Wall Street Journal. Wall Street Journal correspondent Chip Cutter joins us right now. Chip, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so you used to live here.
So, again, you look like everything that white privilege is in a nutshell. So explain to me how you get to enjoy living a lifestyle where you travel from Ohio to New York in a way that none of us else ever could. Definitely sits to pee. Says lab class. Glad somebody else got it. Only listening, did it show the happy pearl? Yes, it did, Chevy JB. Yes, it did. Let's just say the lady was fully robed and you could see her face.
Here in New York City, prices through the roof. Pandemic hits. You decide you want to be near your family in Ohio. You move there. Then the Wall Street Journal says, okay, pandemic over. You got to be at work 3 days a week. You hatched a plan.
I thought, is there a way that I can keep my toe in both worlds? And so I said, is there any way that I could use everything that I've learned about credit card bonuses and airline frequent flyer miles over the years and commute from living in Columbus, Ohio, keeping my apartment there, but then keeping my job that I love here at the Journal in New York. And so what I've been doing every week is just commuting back and forth.
Okay, the Journal is a money paper, and you look at the big screen, you look at the rents. It's less than half to live in Columbus, Ohio, than it costs here in New York City. I thought we were going to take that graphic. It's extraordinary. So your plan was, I'm going to save a lot of money, but also I've got all these frequent flyer miles. I'm going to use those, stay at the nicest hotels in town.
Well, exactly. It seemed kind of great, right? Fly in early in the morning, get on a 6 a.m. flight. You're here for the first meetings of the day. Right. You go about your day. You do your work, and then in the evening, I thought I'd check into this great hotel in Lower Manhattan. It has this historic atrium.
Wait a minute, it's too many points.
Too many points. So quickly, I decided this isn't going to work. I started.
Look, again, dude, I mean, good for you. Do you guys not have anything to talk about this? This person single-handedly responsible for climate change, right? And how many articles have you written about how we need to not be using airlines or how we got to cut this, that, or the other to save the environment? Although we don't know that he's done any of that. Just, again, I'm getting a lot of douche vibes here.
downgrading, staying at different hotels. I got to the point sort of at the end of this process where I'd be checking into a different hotel sometimes every single night in a week, kind of property surfing, trying to find the lowest price I could. And so this was the reality of it, where it's not always that gorgeous hotel. Right. Sometimes you're at a hotel out near JFK, just trying to find the cheapest price.
You're checking in after the pilots and the flight attendants from the airport. Okay, so tonight you're going to fly back to Columbus, weather permitting. Is it worth it?
To me, it has been worth it. It's been a bit of an adventure.
Because you're near your family. You can take walks with your sister and a short drive to your parents.
Exactly right. To me, that's been really special to be able to sort of see them, not just on holidays, not just on weekends, to be able to
So he's like single and like not making it work. Super douche vibes. Yeah, that's the thing I love about all of the New York people that work in New York but then don't live there, especially people like, I'm sure this guy probably has a place somewhere else. Stephen Colbert would travel up. Again, it's one of these things where if you make enough money, you can do all that. I don't know how you make that feasible, but wouldn't that drain the fuck out of you? Just flying back and forth every week?
Close to my family like that. And, it's been sort of a thrill to see whether I could do this or not. But of course, been harder than I thought, and I'm not sure how much longer this can continue.
Ladies and gentlemen, when you see Chip Cutter at the airport, say, hey, I see you're a super...
No. Do not look for Chip Cutter. Do not look for Chip Cutter.
Commuter, good luck. I hope you stay in a nice hotel.
Oh, screw you. Good luck. I hope you stay in a nice hotel. I don't. You're making your life incredibly difficult for a weird reason. Whatever. It's his cover story for cheating on his wife. He didn't say he had a family, though. I feel like you can't do that. Found himself a male lover in Ohio. Yeah, can we talk about how huge your carbon footprint is there, buddy? I mean, that's not going to go nice for you. I don't care. I don't care. All right, so we have a story about Elise Stefanik saying that she saw nearly 2,000 migrants move temporarily into nearby high school due to storms, and the students were forced into remote learning as a result. And you already jumped over, so, pissing me off about that there. So, again, that's one of those things where they do that stuff because they kind of have to. You can't just leave the people alone in the streets on this. But then again, this is why you can't just keep taking in people, because then you suddenly have to uproot everything. Alrighty, so this next story we have about 15 minutes left in the second hour, and then we'll load our third hour stories up. We're really moving along on time today. Helps that I'm flat out bailing on stories. Let's see. Let's see if I can get somebody to refill my water bottle because it's really running low. Well, by low, I mean out. Oh, fuck.
Fuck off.
All right, there we go. I'm sorry, dear Butch. Let's get back to that. That all sounds very time-consuming. Which one? The New York City, the migrant shift? Because, yeah, that does sound very time-consuming. And you were supposed to be in here. We didn't get that one. I didn't mean to boop everybody. So we have to talk about that story, too. So we'll talk about this one first, and then we'll get to the other one that I was going to talk about. We have about 10 minutes left in this hour, and then we'll get into our third hour. We'll get into all that stuff in just a moment. Let's pull this down. I'm getting a little too loud here. We got to make sure the audio isn't too crazy loud. All right. So most of us, the holiday season, I know I myself particularly, I dread the porch pirate because I can't do anything about it. Like, even a little. There's nothing I can do. If someone were to come on to my property and steal my my package, it's a big one. It's a fucking huge package. You better have a hand truck to take my package. My package is so fucking big. Right, no. But seriously, oh my God. Oh, that's uncomfortable. I had my feet crossed and my muscles are spasming, and I've been choking the blood supply to my foot for a bit, and I didn't feel that because I think we'll be okay. It's just a little sore, not even tingly. Can't be that bad. Make glitter bombs, Johnny. Dude, making glitter bombs only works if you're getting porch pirated, you then bait and glitter bomb. But that only works if it's happening. I've been fortunate thus far, knock on press board, that I've not had an actual porch pirate incident. But in Canada, they apparently have a new take on porch piracy, and they are
urging Quebec.
They are very, very clear on how they feel about it. Here we go. Let's click this up. Boop. Boop. Boopity boop.
Provincial police are urging Quebecers to not post those clips online because they say there could be a case for defamation.
You cannot post the images yourself because you have to remember that in Canada we have a presumption of innocence, and posting that picture could be a violation of...
Right. That was their package delivered to the wrong address. John Doe. Defamation? Fuck you. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel like. Actually, St. Caesar will love this. John Doe, well, I think better voiced would be...
Go fuck yourself.
I so want to use porch right now. Wow, John Doe.
Private life.
Instead, he says if anything is stolen, call 911.
If you get some proof that somebody might have stolen something, then call the police, give the proof to the police, and then we'll do the investigation.
If you get some proof that somebody might have come on your porch and stole something, get the call the moose and squirrel. Sorry, I had to talk to somebody off camera. But again, this dude's accent is hilarious. So again, guys, in Canada, don't post the videos of the porch pirates stealing your packages because that could be defamation. That guy is just an after-hours delivery boy, and he is righting the wrongs. It's one of Santa's helpers. You can't do that to him. He has a family. By God, that man has a family.
Stolen something, then call the police, give the proof to the police, and then we'll do the investigation. We'll bring that person to justice and we'll file some charges.
Provincial police are urging Quebecers to not post those clips online because they say there could be a case for defamation.
Shit. I thought it's playing over again. I'm like, I didn't realize that. I hate it when they do auto restarts. Take off, hoser. Need you to back her down about 10% there, bud. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and go. We have again a show running for another hour and a half, and this is done with this video. So let's clear that again. The Quebec police Just like, hey, don't post the videos. I don't want you to shame somebody for stealing a package. I would really like to see the person who messages or who sues for defamation. Your Honor, they made me look like a thief. I wasn't respected in my own community. I'm never trusted anytime I have a brown box in my hand, which has made my dating life incredibly hard and not in the way that I want. So, oh, fuck. Okay. What happened to Canada where they turned into wussy people? I used to think of Canada was a place where men were men and mooses were scared, especially if they had a ladder. Thank you, Mr. Q. That is effed up. I played the wrong sound drop. I gave you the Crowder stinger. I should have given you this one. I mean, why aim for moose penetration? It seems wrong. Okay, so people have been mentioning Aaron. I caught parts of his show today. I caught it briefly. And other people were mentioning at other times on my show, he seems a little off, like a little weird, whatever. So I don't want anyone to think that I'm looking into this story for any personal reason. I just happen... Ooh, I don't want to be flashing the hamburger meat. I'm swimming in this hoodie. This hoodie used to be one that I couldn't wear very much because it was kind of tight and form-fitting, and it reminded me that I was fat. And now I'm swimming in it except for my arms. I'm Popeyeing the fuck out of the arms. No, can't roll the sleeves up. All right. So back to the story I'm talking about. Dementia among younger people is linked to 15 factors according to a major study. I apologize for eating on camera. I haven't eaten today, and I realized I need to. So 15 factors. We're going to see how many Aaron has. I really need to learn how to nibble. Thank you. Let's go ahead and get into this. I don't understand how you and Aaron wear larges. I'm 6'1", 190. Can't squeeze into a large without showing ass crack. That's a lanky 6'1". Yeah, dude, I'm 6'2". If I can stand fully erect. Right about now, I hover around 5'11". And hover is the right word. And so yeah, I don't have that problem. Saying Caesar saying it's okay, Johnny. You don't tease us with your tits like Aaron does. I don't like showing off chest hair. It's a personal thing. So let's talk about this. Early onset dementia on the rise in recent years, and a major new study has identified the likely reasons. Researchers for the Maastricht University, UM, in the Netherlands, and the University of Exeter in the UK have identified 15 factors linked to the development of dementia earlier in life. The study's findings were published in a JAMA Neurology, or JAMA Neurology, on December 26, 2023. The study shows that there are a wide range of risk factors for young onset dementia. Steve Hendricks, PhD, said the lead study author had a postdoctoral research at the Maastricht University. While some of them are genetic, others can be controlled through lifestyle change. The study changes our understanding of young onset dementia, challenging the notion that genetics are the sole cause of the condition and highlighting that a range of risk factors may be important. Here we go. 15 risk factors. This is what we want. I want the list. The study analyzed data from UK Biobank, which included 356,052 participants who were age 65 and younger and who had not received a dementia diagnosis. The data collected was between 2006 and 2010, following up occurring March 31st for 2021 for England and Scotland on February 28th in 2018 for Wales. Of the 39 potential risk factors, the researchers identified 15 that were significantly associated with a higher risk of onset dementia. Those include the following factors. Lower formal education. Lower socioeconomic status. So far, I've got two. The presence of 2-apopropylene or what? Apopropropine. All right, so that's a major genetic risk factor. Complete abstinence from alcohol. Wait a minute. So complete abstinence from alcohol is a significant risk factor for dementia? But so is alcohol use disorder. Social isolation, vitamin D deficiency, high levels of C-reactive protein, a protein made by the liver that rises with increased inflammation. Reduced hand grip strength, hearing impairment, orthostatic hypertension, lightheadedness or dizziness when standing or sitting or lying down, stroke, diabetes, heart disease, and depression. Shit. This joke got really, really bad. So Aaron's not at a risk for young onset dementia, but apparently I am. Lower formal education, check. Socioeconomic status, lower, check. I'm going to say we skate on 3 right now. Complete abstinence from alcohol, nope. I'll say sure, why not? Social isolation, absolutely. Vitamin D deficiency, bingo. I'm going to guess that I probably have the reactive protein. I definitely have the reduced hand grip strength. Not an impairment, but it's getting fun. And, yeah, no, and yeah. Oh, boy. I'm over half. Ooh. Misa people scared. Misa people scared. It's okay, Johnny. Oh, we already covered that comment. So there we are. We've got all that. We've caught up to the chat. Let's go ahead and get ready to do our third hour stories. That was just a fun one. I thought I was going to have fun with that and make jokes about the age and number of those that my buddy had, and instead just got way too real in here. Is that, oh God, oh fuck, that scared me. I looked over and that was paused.
Cheer 100 third hour stories, woot woot.
Yeah, third hour stories. Thank you for being part of the program. We're going to keep going for another hour and a half. We don't usually get to the third hour stories. Normally we get locked down in a lot of stuff. Very excited that we got through that. I'm going to check just so we did cover all of those. Okay. Okay, that's where I was like, where was the reel? We have an audience submission that I didn't get to before. I was like, where did it go? Now, I don't know if it's that I knew I would get to the third hour stories or just faith that I did. But one of the things we're going to be covering in our third hour is one of the things we're going to be covering in the third hour here is the I forgot to pull that down. I'm sorry. Let's do that. And we're covering a cocaine ring or drug ring, I should say. In Florida, there is a man who claims to have had the worst date ever. We're going to get into that. We have breaking news about Don Lemon coming back into the fold, and I can't wait to tell you what he said about that. And let's go to that. There we go. We've also got Whoopi getting very Whoopi. Let's pause that. There we go.
Well, from generation to generation, the dating scene has always presented challenges to single people. These days, an unprecedented.
Anyways. And John Doe saying, hey, wait, what happened to the Jewish tunnels? Well, I don't have, I have a bit from somebody about the Jewish tunnels, but you know what? Since you're asking about it, let's see if we can find a video. Now, I'm going to admit part of this is because I looked it up the other day. But apparently a lot of people are Googling this because I typed J, just the letter J, Jew tunnels. 6 hours ago, 1 day ago, 5 hours from the BBC. Oh, come on. 3 days. All right, 1 day ago. Let's go with the BBC one from 5 hours ago. Let's see what they'll say. Burp. All right, this is all shit we've seen. What's the updates, man? The stained mattress still has me with more questions than answers. I don't know. Again. All right, let's read what they have. They fought the police after city officials and leaders of the Chabad Lubavitch headquarters came too close to the tunnel. The men are charged with criminal mischief, reckless endangerment, obstructing government administration. The tunnels were built under a prominent street in Brooklyn. City inspectors were called on Monday to conduct emergency structural inspection. There were looming concerns the illegal tunnel could have caused damage to the famous property. The brawl broke out. I don't care. It's unclear who built the tunnel, how they did it, and what their motivations were. It appears the tunnel connects to at least one other building on the streets in Brooklyn. It was blood. It looked like poop. I don't know that I want to see that. I don't know that I have that in me, man. Ain't nobody got time for that. The street has a children's museum and a school on it, though. And John Doe saying, no, in the video I saw it. I didn't see a mattress. Let's go and look up shit. All right. Got an ad loading very, very quickly. We'll wait for this. Before we get to that, I just want to point out, while we were grabbing stories, they're what? All right, so that video is useless. I want to see a picture with the mattress. We have a story saying, in a video that appears to shows what appears to be a stained mattress being removed from a secret tunnel under a Jewish community center in New York, or the area around its entrance, has gone viral on social media, sparking wide speculations and, in some cases, anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. Right. That story's been getting out a lot. There's a lot of stories. There's a rise in anti-Semitism. Yeah, but there are videos that are making some shit look sus. So, a group of individuals. Footage posted on TikTok showed a number of men tearing paneling from a wall. At one point, a noticeably stained rectangular object, which appears to be a mattress, was removed from either the tunnel or from the area around its entrance, where the paneling had been torn down. Later in the video, the police attempt to clear the room in tense scenes during which they are heckled by those inside. The 4-minute, 18-second clip was published by an anonymous user, racking up 2 million views. They posted that, is that a stained mattress pulled from a secret tunnel behind a synagogue wall in New York City? I have a question, Newsweek. So, we have that. Newsweek reached out to the NYPD by telephone, along with the headquarters by email for comment. Some on X baselessly claim the mattress was evidence of human trafficking, a common anti-Semitic trope that has been targeted at Jews for generations, or by comparing the tunnel network to Hamas Hamas is now known to have constructed in Gaza. So now we've got to talk about what Hamas did on October 7th. What does that have to do with this tunnel in New York? Wow, Chevy JB. You suppose that's what they called the mass graves of the Holocaust? Oh, shoot. Again, I don't know if it was a mattress, but it looks super sus. I could believe wholeheartedly that was a mattress, and it's there because, like, someone needs to hide out, and so they hide out on that mattress. And it, it's in a fucking tunnel and gets dirty and shit. But, it's the It's the fact that the place ends at a women's bathhouse and apparently now a school or children's park or place that, again, these things are questionable. Inmate president saying, the mattress commentary has bigoted roots. It has bigoted roots, but is there an actual mattress? Because if there is, then I feel like we have a question of why. But what I love is that this story about it leading to 9 arrests and all that, everybody is also very quick to point out that now there's this huge rise in anti-Semitism. Can't wait to see the mattress. Well, we don't have any video of the mattress. Like, even the stories I looked at, it's just a fugly thing with a it's just a white square. You can't make it out. And so I didn't bother posting it on the screen. I'm sorry. I don't have a video of the mattress. If you've got one, link it. We'll play it. I'll read this. Holy crap, I didn't get to one of the things I meant to do from our second hour stories earlier. It was stupid. It was just a map of the snowplows in Minnesota and the stupid names we gave them. I don't know that it really matters. We've got a lot to do. We're in the third hour. We've got a couple of fun ones. We might as well just get in it. Let's get in it. All right, so let's read this man who says he was on a date a man's disgusting date, saying it was one of the worst experiences of his life. So I wanted to read this. What the was that? I need to turn off messaging while I'm busy with stuff. I don't even know what that is, but thank you. That was creepy. I gotta fix that. We'll worry about it later. But it happened because this was open. That's why. We might have to play this video soon then. Okay, let's go ahead and get back to this one. So a single man from Michigan. Oh, dude, please tell me we've got the viral video. Well, we got clips of it. We don't have the video in it. All right. Went viral on TikTok. That's again, that should be a crime. That's not. All right. The girl I took on a date. This is October 26th. It's not the one we're looking for. God damn you up the ass, motherfuckers. All right, so let's go ahead and clear this. Get back to it. So a single man from Michigan recounted in a viral video. Again, there's no video on here. This is a link to a bunch of your videos, assholes. All right, so one of the worst experiences of my life. I may take a sabbatical from going on internet dates. Influencer Ryan Michael Anasi said. The date nightmare story went viral on TikTok with 3 million views. I doubt any of you guys can top it. It almost made me halt doing it for the plot, but I'm not going to quit that easy, he said. The Gen Z, whatever, added excitement. Anasi took his date to a Chinese restaurant where he always goes. When he arrived at the restaurant, he discovered the first of what would be a treasure trove of red flags for the date. Melanie informed him that she didn't like Chinese food. When he suggested they go somewhere else, she said it wasn't necessary and that she was a people pleaser. She goes, "It's okay. I'm used to mirroring people." I go, "Red flag," he said. People saying I mirror people is the scariest thing. A comment with 8,000 likes. I don't care what a comment. He excused himself to go to the bathroom, but when he returned, his phone was disabled for 5 minutes. At the time, he let it go and didn't think much of it, and that maybe he had accidentally tapped a passcode during the meal. But later he realized my phone was disabled not just for 1 minute, but for 5, which means someone tried my passcode, and then after it was disabled for a minute, tried again after. The date then asked him about World War III and whether he thought women should be drafted. I really want this guy's fucking date interview. All right, I gotta find this guy's date interview. Real pros and cons. Michigan not Michigan influencer. Michigan influencer date. Steals. God, I can't find this video. I like his date. Give her my number. I'd like to see his date. Like, if you're going to throw this out there, I really want to find this fucking... It's like the video doesn't exist. It went viral. 3 million people like it, and I can't find it anywhere. Michigan influencer date steals from restaurant. Chipotle offers manager fired after job. God, I don't want that. I want the... God, this sucks. If she says she's a people pleaser, whip your dick out. I mean, it's not a bad move, I guess. But I'm single. Alrighty. All right, so I was like, conspiracy theorist, this is weird. Now, honestly, I had no idea how to respond, he said. After some time, the date, he asked if he wanted to take her back to his place. Oh, after some time, the date asked if he wanted to take her back to his place. So do you want to go back to your place now, his date said. He wasn't feeling it and made an excuse to get out of it. I'm kind of tired. I might just head home. His response apparently infuriated Melanie. She's like, whatever. I have another date after this anyways, so it doesn't even matter. I'm going to go. I'm like, just like, whatever, weirdo. She walked out, and he paid cash on the table to pay the bill. At some point later, the restaurant says that his previous tab wasn't paid for. He was certain he had paid for it, so the restaurant reviewed security footage from the date, and it showed his date trying to unlock his phone, confirming his suspicion. It also showed her return to the restaurant after he had left and snatched the cash. She came back in, took the money off the table. Not only that, but they have her on camera trying to unlock my phone while I'm in the bathroom and then putting it underneath her legs. Straight to jail. She needs to be arrested, and it's absolutely disgusting, he said. I went to the doctor right away because I was like, why did she put my phone underneath her? I talk on that thing with my phone to my face. All right, I'm going to laugh at this. All right, well, I am currently freaking out because I'm waiting for my doctor to call me back. But does this look like a little red dot to you, he said, pointing to his eye. If this bitch actually farted onto my phone and gave me pink eye, I will go mentally insane. I need this video. God, and every time it's a link to your stupid... It's not the video we're looking for, even in the list. It's just a link to more of your stories. Oh, I hate you, Fox. TikTok users poured in. Some questioned whether Melanie wanted to go back to his place to expand her prospects, not of snatching a man, but of some more stolen goods. I feel like she was trying to go home with you to rob you, with a comment with 23,000 likes. Oh, duh. Other users said they thought his date was trying to get into his phone to send herself money from online banking apps such as Cash App or Venmo. Men's horror stories hit so differently. A comment with 34,000 likes said, because nobody cares. Can we please introduce this woman to my ex? He deserves it. A comment with 16,000 likes said, my ex is a dog bag piece of crap. Can we introduce this lady to him? I'd like her to take him down. Inmate president, what? Really? Do they think that it doesn't stand out? Is my question. I mean, I've been at this for a bit. I've been at it for a bit. All right, I'm just going to ignore that one. Twitch is cracking down on bigot talk, FYI, even if it's bigotry light. Inmate president. Who is Charles? Oh, I wonder who. Even if the guy isn't Charles, it's obviously a troll account. So, with troll accounts, when I look at that and I see a troll account like that, because, can we drop and drag this? Can I move? Ooh, I can. Nope, I can only move it up and down in the window itself. All right, so this account was made 21 hours ago. 21 hours ago. Seems weird. Seems weird. Whatever. Moving on, and yes, Twitch is cracking down on bigotry. Well, yeah, they're cracking down on bigotry while also saying, hey, ladies, how about we allow tasteful nudity? Really? I mean, I'm not worried about what Twitch is or isn't cracking down on because, again, they're trying to make chicks go live with their tits out. I mean, are they going to crack down on my show because, and what was my bigotry? I'm waiting for the bigotry part. Where was the bigotry? Shit. Nudity is verboten too. Again, they don't allow you to air the nudity, but they allow what they call tasteful nudity. Just getting bored. I don't know. If somebody wants to hide them, go for it. Whatever. The shtick has gotten old. Like, just old. So be a troll or don't. I have, if you have to look at nude chicks online, there are plenty of places for that. Just delete your history so your wife doesn't see it. Again, it's not about people. We were just saying that Twitch is. Yeah, I don't know. Here, Twitch has been hits different since Amazon took over. Yeah, Twitch has been different since Amazon took over. Here, we'll just do it this way for now. What is let's just time them out. That's just easier for me. I'm gonna move on with my show. Because I have, and I had to do that because I have a problem where I keep interacting with them, with these people. Like, oh, if I just say we get your shtick and it's boring and it sucks and it doesn't entertain me, like they'll learn and they'll move on. No, they're going to keep interacting because you interacted with them. So we'll just do it that way for now. We'll see. Lab Glass, I was letting it ride. That's fine. I'm not banning the guy. I just timed him out. Because again, I'm pretty sure it's a troll account and it's, dumb. But I was like I said, I was trying to get into this, and so I timed him out so I can get into what I want to do. He comes back in 10 minutes. I'll have my vibe and whatever back, and he can do whatever he wants. I don't give a shit. And then after that, if he gets really offensive, me or someone else can ban him. But he hasn't been offensive. It's the weird, like, you're not talking about something. Talk about my thing. Like, I don't want to. Rusty Grammar. I take one phone call and the mice come off to play. Well, to be fair, they might have been waiting for you to take that phone call because, again, the account was made yesterday. So, interesting. But, again, this guy freaking out about a lady farting on his face. All right. Fentanyl story and I don't care about the Hunter Biden thing. We talked about that already. Hunter Biden went to Capitol Hill. They started talking. He left. Like I said, he saw his shadow. He retreated for the season. 2 more months of winter. You banned the first Charles at St. Caesar. Oh, then that definitely explains why. Why did I pin a message? I misclicked something. Oh, I pinned a message. I don't even know why. All right, unpin this message. All right, so that definitely explains why it's happened. But at any rate, if you want to support this show, we're having a great time, and let's check our notifications quick. I don't see any reason to notify that of anyway. All right, so we have an appearance on the Backyard Boys podcast this Friday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So do be sure to be part of that. We won't be live on Sunday from 2 to 3:30. It'll be 2 to 3 because I have to do an interview. So we might start a few minutes early and go a few minutes and end a few minutes before 3. But one thing between now and Sunday, I want to come up with something to do a watch along with. And then we have our links for all of the pay stuff, and I still have to figure out why I can't link things in YouTube chat. It's probably a problem of mine. There we go with that. There's the YouTube chat for that, and there's the chat there, and there. Boom. Those are the PayPal, the Streamlabs, all that. If you want to support the show, it helps move the goal forward. We're on the 21st, so if you want to help out, please do. And thank you for keeping this little boat afloat, as we love to say.
Guess what?
Uh-oh.
I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Little action from Lab Glass there, gifting a sub to Danger Bear Wolf Turtle. Thank you for that. Thank you very much. A little cowbell for Danger Bear Wolf Turtle. Hey-o! Alrighty. And, of course, thanks, Lab Glass. Yes, thank you very much, Lab Glass. Super duper awesome. If you want to just go nuts and throw some shekels at the show, now's the time. Let's do it all at once and just have a fucking good old time. I'll even take a belt of the remaining Jameson. There's not a whole lot left in this, baby. I'm saving it for Friday. Haven't had any for a couple of days. I'm like, you know what? They asked me a couple days ago to be on the show on Friday. I'm like, well, we'll save that for then. All right, so let's go ahead and get to this story. A multi-agency investigation led to the arrest of 11 people in Florida and the seizure of enough fentanyl to kill more than 1.7 million people, according to Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd. Oh, I want Grady Judd. Oh, we are not doing this. We are looking up the story. I am taking it straight from the... I'm taking this one from the teat of Grady Judd. Let's go. I guarantee you that he did a fucking video conference thing about it. Let's go to here. Full press, 18 minutes long. We're going to do it.
Thank you very much for being with us today.
Oh, suck a duck. It's one channel.
It is an honor and a pleasure to be with Chief Chris Velasquez from the Lake Wales Police Department, Chief Lloyd Stewart from the Haines City Police Department, and our resident agent in charge for the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, Brandon Shealy. When you work together, good things happen. And that's what happened in this.
When you work together, good things happen. And I just came. Saint Caesar, thank you for the 250 channel points. TGIF. Yeah, it'll be fun on Friday, but that's again for the Backyard Boys podcast. You know, and have a few a little later in the evening. I also have to start adhering foam to the walls, and start really blocking out sound production down here to kind of change something. Go!
Particular investigation. These guys were known as the Bell Gang. Today we talk about the Bell Gang has the Bell Gang blues because they're locked up in the county jail. But let me tell you how this began. It goes back as far as March of 2020 when FDLE and Lake Wales Police Department were investigating a group of people that were dealing in cocaine.
Let me tell you how this began. In the tender summer of 1973, my father birthed me from my mother's womb, and I came out a man. I'm sorry, I'm just being a dick. All right, so we've been at this for a while. Shit ton of drugs. Go.
Methamphetamine and cannabis. You know, all three of those low-level nonviolent drugs people want you to think are low-level nonviolent drugs. In November of 2020...
Okay, hold on a motherfucking minute. All right, I got a thing about... Marijuana is a low-level nonviolent drug if it's all you're doing. Drug dealers are like stores. Stores carry multiple products in an effort to keep and maintain business. Now, if a drug is illegal, it is going to find its way toward a illegal drug dealer much quicker. But I mean, so why don't we make the cigarettes illegal? Why don't we make the nicotine illegal? Why don't we make the caffeine illegal? Why don't we say, you know what, you can't have the caffeine being, it's a mind-altering substance. There is just as much damage for those as marijuana. But marijuana gets a bad rap. And then you literally group it in with other drugs. You're like, oh, no, those are not. Fucker.
The sheriff's office was investigating a gentleman by the name of James McClain. And as we did our deconfliction
Yippee-ki-yay,
on the
motherfucker.
investigation, our undercover detectives determined that we were all working the same group of people. So we began a joint investigation. Now let's fast forward.
You get to have a joint. Isn't marijuana illegal? Well, I suppose that would be a joint investigation. Whose fucking roach is this?
As this investigation occurred, our detectives thought the best way to deal with this is with what we call a Title III in federal courts or 934 in state courts. It's a wiretap. It's where we listen to their phones. We go online with them with a court order. So our detectives working together in February of 2021 went up on the first telephone, and they went up on the phone of James McClain.
Look, I pictured a variety of people in this lineup. I won't say I pictured James McClain, but I wouldn't have been surprised. Let's say James McClain covers a couple of the boxes of some of the people I would have checked for this. Not for the one having the name James McClain, though. The only reason marijuana is a gateway drug is because your weed man might know a guy that can get you other stuff. Right? And the reason that your weed guy might know a guy that can get you other stuff is because when you're a weed guy and you're getting people weed, you run into people who are like, well, I like weed, but I also enjoy something else. Let's see what else I can find. It's marijuana dealers don't sell cigarettes, liquor, or anything that's legally available to people of age. Why? Why do drug dealers not sell booze and cigarettes and other shit unless they, well, actually, I take that back. Some of them do now that they can just walk in and steal them out of stores. But my point is, overall, none of them are running full-time dispensaries of Advil or Tylenol out of their home because, again, you can get that shit. But again, like I said, weed gets a bad rap that way because it is illegal in a lot of places. And a lot of people have a backwards opinion because it gets put into and grouped up with other stuff where, again, I could argue if we were allowed to all go down and pay, if I was allowed to go to the same smoke shops where I go and they ID me and they sell me a bag of ground up tobacco leaves, I could go in and buy a bag of ground up marijuana. Let me tell you right now, I don't think those drug dealers are going to be selling those drugs. Again, unless, of course, they loot the store and then have the shit to sell themselves. Then it's just free money.
James is 34 years of age. He goes by the street name of Mook.
He's 34. Great 34, by the way. That's 34? Holy shit, black don't crack. But he goes by the street name of what?
Was working together in February of 2021, went up on the first telephone, and they went up on the phone of James McClain. James is 34 years of age. He goes by the street name of Mook. He was dealing in meth, cannabis, and he was a major distributor for the Lake Wells area.
Is that a thing? Meth cannabis? He was a dealer of meth cannabis. Rusty Grammar. Smoking weed sounds dumb, though. That's why it should be called by its proper name, cannabis. Also, not marijuana either. Right. Saying it's cannabis makes it sound more official, just like saying it's a yoni instead of a vagina makes it sound less like it's a vagina. But the point overall is the actual act of smoking marijuana, all of that stuff, or cannabis, smoking cannabis, using cannabinoids, all of that. It gets lumped into shit. And I just saw this guy saying selling meth weed. Did he put meth and weed together? Is that really a thing? Is he making it up or just saying them together too quickly and I'm reading into it? Because I have trouble believing there's such a thing as meth weed. You know what I want? I want to smoke some weed, really relax my mind and my body, just kind of be in a fun, euphoric, giggly mood. And then I'd like to be amped up like a hamster on PCP. Can we get both of those at the same time? Potheads are notorious for thinking everything is better on weed. I don't know a single pothead that thinks, hey, man, you like smoking meth? You ever tried smoking meth on weed, bro? Like, I mean, I don't see it going that way. I don't see it going that way at all. I now need to Google meth weed and see if that's an actual thing. Meth weed. FBI is going to be here later. Meth, weed. Enter. National Institutes of Health. Signs of marijuana, meth, and other drug overdoses. Meth-laced weed. This is from the Recovery Village. Side effects and how to tell. Oh, no. So the dude was selling weed laced with meth? The dangers of meth-laced weed. All right, so laced weed can become... Yeah, that is very scary. Thank you for the goat scream. That was very apt. What do we have for the sticker party situation? God damn it, Burger Meat's back out again. Halfway to a sticker party. All right, guys, we're halfway to a sticker party. So if we get 500 more bits in stickers, we will have a sticker party. That'll be great for all of you guys. You can go nuts. We got about 45 minutes left in the program. I'm going to read about this meth weed quick, and then we're going to get off of that. Laced weed can be a concern if you're buying off the street, specifically if it is laced with meth. Here are some of the dangers associated with meth-laced weed. Well, and you know what? Just to make Rusty Grammar happy, and I kind of agree, let's call it cannabis. While cannabis that has been legally purchased at a licensed dispensary. Thank you for the 100 bits. Who was that? Wilmer Autotech. Is Wilmer trying to launch a sticker party on his own? Because we're 400 bits away. We're gonna leave that. We're gonna leave that up there. So cannabis, when legally purchased at licensed dispensaries, is heavily regulated for its chemical contents. The same is not true of cannabis bought on the street. One of the dangers of buying drugs off the street is that nearly impossible to know for sure what you're getting. Many drugs, including cannabis, are laced with other substances. This includes the stimulant methamphetamine or meth. While uncommon, laced cannabis can be cause for concern when purchasing from untrusted sources. The dangers of meth-laced cannabis it is a very dangerous one. Oh, it's very dangerous when one drug is laced with another. God, I can't read anymore. Maybe. So Wilmer just really wants a sticker party, guys, and we're 300 bits away from making it happen. If you would like to help, and I would appreciate it, just jump on into the sticker thing. It looks kind of like the heart that's down at the bottom of the screen here, except it's over there on the side. Click on that, spend some bits, throw a few stickers on the screen. They have some sound drops. We'll get the party out of the way. 45 minutes left to go in the show. I like that they tested the dispensary weed. I like that they tried to say, I like that they did say right up in the beginning. Oh my God, you need to see this graphic. Okay, I like they say right up in the beginning that this isn't an issue with actual, again, as they point out, legally procured, properly regulated, like, again, cigarettes and alcohol. Remember when you used to do bootleg liquor back in the 1920s? You had people drinking turpentine and shit, and they didn't know it, and they were dying. Why? Because to make a quick buck, they put cleaner fluids into the bottles to spread the spirits along a little farther. Again, having it regulated where businesses can be held accountable for the content and the quality of their products that people are imbibing is kind of a good thing. Looking at you, Pfizer. No reason. All right, so 300 bits from a sticker party. Now we stalled out. Interesting. Let's get, can I get this? Oh, I can't. I've got to full screen it. We must make it bigger. Now, we'll read this and I'll show you this graphic. It's very dangerous when one drug is laced with another. The combination of meth and marijuana can lead to serious side effects for the person using the cannabis. These risks include a risk of overdose from meth, which can be deadly. Meth side effects can add on to the marijuana side effects, including appetite loss, psychosis, high blood pressure, cardiac arrest, and seizures. Appetite loss? Appetite loss. Am I the only one who gets the munchies? I thought that was a thing. I'll say right now, I'm at a level of saturation where I don't get the munchies. Like, I gotta eat some munchies, dude. But like, marijuana doesn't enhance or dehance the appetite. It's a non-factor. I myself enjoy cannabis from time to time. I typically only partake in the evenings or on road trips. It's one of the greatest naturally grown substances found on Earth, right next to psilocybin and kratom. It's the culture of people that overly talk about it or brag about it to others that drives me nuts. Dude, Rusty Grammar, they're the ones that drive everybody nuts. Like I said, you and me are we're potheads who are kicked out of the cannabis treehouse because we are not those potheads. And maybe you're not even a pothead. You're just an occasional pot user. I am a pothead. Sun up to sundown. I smoke this shit like crazy. I smoke it all the time. And quite frankly, the only way you could ever get me to stop smoking it constantly at this point is if you told me that it was the only way to stop the MS stuff and to get this all back in order. I would give it up in a heartbeat for that reason. But yeah, other than if I'm hanging out with my daughter, I don't do it around her. But then when she's like 20, who knows? Anyways, let's get over to this. Guys, if you didn't know, we need to be very, very careful for the meth-laced marijuana because it can lead to violence. Why is it a little handgun picture for violence? Paranoia. Okay, so you're doing a circle thing. Extreme weight loss. Why wouldn't that be a smiley face? Psychotic symptoms. All right, so me. There we go. Van Drexel, I love canna mixed with weed or alcohol is great. Do you mean kratom? What's canna? I've had the psilocybin stuff, psilocybin or whatever. I've had that before. Meth-laced AR-15s are very dangerous. I would love to see an AR-laced, a meth-laced AR-15. Where do you get a meth-laced AR-15? I'll tell you this, you pay extra. All right, there we go. That's 100%. Side effects can be vary depending on how much meth is in the marijuana and if the marijuana is laced with additional substances. How to tell, why. Yep, so that's about the end of that. So yeah, meth weed isn't a thing. Although, actually, no, we can't say that it isn't a thing. But again, just back to the video. Now, was fill some holes is 100 bits from Mega. Kana is a plant, gives a slightly similar effect to MDMA, boosts serotonin. Also take it with kratom. A permo is cocaine and weed. Never heard of tweak and pot. I thought that was primo. Cocaine and weed was primo. Anyways, if anybody can make meth-laced AR-15, it would be Jimmy McCain. No, isn't it James McCain? I don't know. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
And interestingly enough, during the investigation, James told our undercover folks, when they asked him, why is this methamphetamine blue? He said, oh, we dyed it blue in recognition of the Democrat Party, of the Democrats. Now, I'm not sure the Democrat Party would be proud of that, but that's why it was blue, according to him.
Do I buy that? I mean, I could have just as likely believed him saying they dyed it blue because of Breaking Bad.
You got a beautiful cock. You got a beautiful cock, baby.
Yeah, they just didn't want to say they stole the idea from Breaking Bad. My guess is your undercover people... John Doe. Oh, please, the Democratic Party. I really have trouble believing the Democratic Party. 50 bits away from a sticker party now. It is ball-ticklingly close. We've got 40 minutes left in the show for that to happen. We can go ahead and get that done. We haven't even had the chance of a hype train, so we don't have to worry about that. We are going to overtime automatically, so we don't need to do a hostage hype train or any of that happy horseshit. It is, again, a great day today, so thank you for being part of it. But isn't the purest meth blue? No, that was a thing that, again, fuck! Thank you, Lab Glass. That, I thought that the show Breaking Bad made up. But I'm not sure. I've never gotten high from kratom. I only take about 200 milligrams at once. I only use it as a substitute for things like Tylenol or Advil. I got to start taking less chemicals. I am on too many, and it's a problem. We are 30 bits away from a sticker party, so that's probably going to happen. Again, no hype train in the future, so we're good there. And high-dose kratom is crazy. I don't know that I could do... I've never had kratom in... Thank you, Lab Glass. Lab Glass now getting in on it. Thank you for those last couple. Wilmer with 20 bits. Thank you for contributing to the show. So at this point, we are literally 10 bits away. So let me guess. Lab Glass was doing all of this just to leave it right there on the 10 and then just dare something. Never mind. Never mind, he did it. There we go. There's our sticker party. I don't have any stuff ground up and ready to go, so we'll use what's in here. Again, the benefits of the legal system in Minnesota, now that it's legal and available for everyone that's an adult that's legal for can enjoy it. We don't have to worry about this being laced with anything. There we go. And there we go. A little Keef bowl. That'll be fun. We'll do that in just a second. Thank you again for being part of the show. Half hour left to go. We're going to be wrapping this up here. I don't know how much more we want to talk about this because, again, it was a huge drug bust, $1.7 million, or no, enough fentanyl to kill 1.7 million people. That's right. That's the part where I get pissed, is this fentanyl shit. This fentanyl stuff. Don't put PCP in your weed. Why would you? Why would you? Keep weed pure. Keep marijuana green. Here we go. A little Keef poll for the sticker party. Thank you very much. So you can use THC items in a vehicle if you aren't driving. Yeah. I mean, quintessentially. But now there's arguments about driving and its effect on you and things like that. So are you safe to operate a motor vehicle? I don't know how any of that works out yet. But thank God the state government isn't jumping out the gate to give us all the laws. Boop. All right. I'm going to give you a play, and I think I'm going to go.
From that telephone, they listened into Vincent Thomas. That was the second phone they went up on. He's also, as you see on our chart here, he's 35. He's a major distributor in and around the Lake Wales area. And he's also a rapper. He's known as Cheese. And
I have to look for some rap music.
You'll hear more about him in just a second. And then the third one whose phone we went up on was Patrick Fields. Patrick Fields is known as Big Pat. He's also a rapper. In fact, on the street, he's known as Big Pat Bank Account. That's right. If you look to see their cars, you see that they're bragging about jewelry and guns. They're really proud. And then I always like to talk about Earl Thomas. Now, Earl Thomas.
All right, no, I want Cheese in Big Pat Bank. Big Pat Bank account. Oh, come on, we're closing this. I don't know that I want to do this whole thing. I want Big Pat Bank account. I'm sorry. I want Cheese and Big Pat Bank account. We're looking that up right now. Cheese and Big Pat Bank account wrap. Oh, yes. We have one from 10 years ago. They've been 10 years, 6 years. 11 years ago. They haven't done a lot lately. I think these are our people. All right, I think we have the right one. We only have a half hour left in the show. If you want to help out with the show at all today, the PayPal, the Venmo, all that stuff is in the chats, the descriptions. We can throw them back up if you want. Otherwise, the bits, the subs, all that, we appreciate all the support we get. We keep a tally going. Let's get into this. This is the drug cartel kingpins of Florida with their big fentanyl crack lace weed, and now all black. Really, I did not pick the suspects for this story. I did not even know what the suspects looked like. Quite frankly, when we heard the location and the name of the first suspect, I thought we were at the very least going to have a diverse audience. It was not. The names were more diverse than anything else. All right, let's go ahead and go over to here. Boom.
Hey, what's good, man? This goes out to all you puss-ass niggas perpetrating the beat, nigga.
Hustle, what is it? Cheese and Allie. So you're in here too. All of you are in here. Hustle all day.
Y'all don't grind, we grind. Y'all don't shine, we shine. Nigga, we hustle all day. Out here on the grind, nigga, shining, getting paid. We on the grind, getting paid. Hustle.
I can't do it. I can't do it. It's really, really bad. Oh, God. I love that we snuck a dig on the Democratic Party into the press conference. I can't do the... No, I'm trying to... Did you say you're effing up? Probably said banging. I'm banging with... Whatever. At any rate, they were not all talk. Those were rappers that really were hustling all day, all night, and now they're... Holy shit, this is from 2 years ago. Why the fuck why is this up now? How did we get to this? I was looking for, That's a different one, so that's not even the right one. This is a different group. All right, so we have a different group of people. That was the wrong group of people. We're on the whole... All right, then. Once again, you linked me to a video that was relevant to something else that wasn't relevant to the... Oh. All right, so we have, what, a half hour left in the show. What is this? Oh, we've got that. Michigan influencer. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Okay, we've got this one. Skip ad.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about this. All right, so our next story that we're going to talk about is involves Michael Rappaport. Now, they all look alike. Am I right, Johnny? No, they didn't even look a little bit alike. In fact, they looked very, very distinctive. I mean, they had similar traits. They shared characteristics. Me and a lot of my friends that I grew up with share characteristics. We all played hockey. A lot of us don't tan so well. Eat a lot of cheese. Again, you can share characteristics and still look distinctively different. Me and Aaron share a lot of characteristics. Similar hue, similar height, similar shirt size. Totally different on the weight end, and yeah, I probably have a bigger dick. But at any rate, not that I've ever seen it, nor do I want to, and I will never. Oh man, I got to get out of that job, or just start remoting in all the time. Them weird people, too much ass, the same skin tone. Thank you, subtlety. Sorry, the passing of your father. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and get into this story. Now, the Golden Globes were, not yesterday. The Golden Globes were this last weekend. A lot of people had different opinions. A lot of people very upset with Joe Coy. Actor Michael Rappaport tore into his... It was a solid hit. It was a solid hit. Raspberry. All right, so actor Michael Rappaport tore into his Hollywood colleagues at the Golden Globes who avoided mentioning the Israeli hostages in Gaza following last year's Hamas terrorist attack. You know what? I don't want to read the transcript of what he said. Now, a lot of people... Fuck off. A lot of people, when they present an award or accept an award at the Golden Globes, chooses to use that stage for their message. Michael Rappaport didn't use that stage because he wasn't there that night. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Was Michael Rappaport in the audience? Was he in the audience? I better be eating my dick on this. He better say at some point, I was there that night and nobody said anything. And Were you? or did you watch it on TV? Because you weren't mentioned, weren't nominated, and quite frankly, the next time they bring you up at the Golden Globes, it'll be in memoriam, and, well, thank God you're not there yet.
I feel strangely drawn to
Why?
its presence.
Thank you, Awake Jimmy, for the raid. Continuing to bless me with these nice these nice big raids that he throws at me. Again, not worthy. I don't deserve them. I haven't done an. Okay, I haven't done enough to deserve them. And I deeply miss the gaming relationship I've had with Jimmy. One of my favorite moments of all, we were playing a game where we're supposed to be quiet, and I'm dressed as a bush. And I have to get this clip from Jimmy on his channel. I'm dressed as a shrub. My character in the game, not me, by the way. I'm dressed as a shrub. And Jimmy is like, the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? It's like, who are you fucking dressed as a shrub? I'm fucking hiding. What do you fucking want from me? It was a great moment. It's fun. It's a good time. But yeah, we do fun stuff here, but we generally talk about news and joke around and shit on people, and I'm certainly a barn-sized target. SS Stern's been popping off at me for the last 5 minutes, and I can't believe Jimmy's people keep coming over on the raid. They know what they're going to get, and they come over, you know what, we'll raid that crippled fuck, let's hang out for the last 30 minutes, and I thank you very much. Now, get back to what we're talking about. Michael... Evil Gandhi. Do we have to put a cork in it? Michael Rappaport, Wanted, and JX Gunn, good to see you. Good to see you, Jimmy, also saying no problem, miss you. I miss you. We got to work on something, doing some game stuff. I've got a lot of my own shit. I am, let's say, about dick deep. I'm about dick deep in my own shit right now that I'm dealing with. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to have a lot more of that to a more manageable level and work on a lot of stuff. And wouldn't mind if one of those things was more times of us hanging out. So let's get to this again. Michael Rappaport, he's very opinionated about the Golden Globes. I again ask, were you there, buddy?
I am embarrassed. I'm embarrassed, literally. And it takes a lot for me to get embarrassed.
Oh no, he's embarrassed. Clutch my pearls. Did you just grab your balls? Well, they're the biggest things I have. Oh, no, you're embarrassed. Go.
Embarrassed that not one person said one thing, unless I'm mistaken, at the Golden Globes the other night about the 133 hostages that were kidnapped in broad daylight from Israel on October 7th. All that billion-dollar Barbie feminism and all these young, conscious actors and actresses, and there's hostages that are the exact same age as them, and not one actor, not one director, not one producer, not one comedian, nobody said anything before the Golden Globes, after the Golden Globes.
Let me ask you a question. You're on a nice little tear. SS Stern. Is that Michael Rappaport? Yes, that's Michael Rappaport. Again, you weren't even there, I'm guessing. And once again, I would like to ask one question. Who gives a shit if a bunch of entitled people, if Joe Coy and the feminist movement and all of your super liberal friends, who gives a shit if they say they don't approve of the hostages in Israel? You know who gets to decide the hostage situation in Israel? Israel and Hamas, and they've been having it out for a while. So quite frankly, it's kind of out of our hands. How much did they pay him to say this? I'm going to get to that in just a second. Oh, God, it's 2.5 minutes. I thought we were coming to the end. I don't think anyone paid him to say this. Real talk, I think he did this because he doesn't really have much of a career. And it's like, maybe if I kiss ass. Because, you know, a lot of them in Hollywood.
During the Golden Globes, not one person said anything. I'm not naming names because nobody said anything. I can't name names the entire... I don't know what's going on.
Right. You don't know what's going on. Again, why don't you name names about hostages? Since you're so concerned about the hostage thing, can we know something about that, or is this just an empty virtue signal?
But I will say on behalf of actors, I apologize for them.
Oh, God, no. No, you did not. You did not. I apologize for them. Because they didn't have the wherewithal. I apologize for them. Can we get a collection of actors just saying, I didn't ask you to fucking apologize for me? Can Leonardo DiCaprio, I guess he wouldn't, but because he doesn't even know who you are, he'd probably could he release a tweet like, I did not ask Michael Rappaport to apologize for me. He doesn't do much, but he gets some of these rant videos. He does get play. Right. And this is one of them. Because, again, he went out, I apologize on behalf of all of, See, because he does it very politically correct. He has a couple of other ones. I'm going to play you the audio of them now. Let me just get over here so I can get the audio. Look at here we go.
On behalf of actors, I apologize
for all of the times that we did not F children of Palestinian descent. Oh shit, I shouldn't do that one. What I want to say is
I apologize.
I apologize because I used to think you guys did 9/11. Oh shit, no, that's a bad one. I better redo that. No, hold on.
I apologize.
I slept with your wife and I didn't even use a condom. Your kid's technically mine. You ever wondered why his skin's so dark but his hair's so bright red? This is why. Oh. I want to see if Clint Eastwood thinks Rappaport's speaking for him. I want to know who, John Doe. I apologize for playing a skinhead. The part was remarkably easy for me to do, and I had way too much fun doing it, and I really, really enjoyed beating the piss out of those guys on set. I apologize. Thank you, Michael Rappaport. Thank you. On behalf of Hollywood. Buddy, you weren't even there. I feel like you can't apologize on behalf of Hollywood if you're not really a part of it. Like, don't get me wrong. You're an actor, right? You're an actor. I'm a comedian. You apologizing on behalf of Hollywood is like me apologizing on behalf of comedy. And the reason why that is hilarious is most people have no clue who the fuck we are. I'll give that you're way more famous than me by leaps and bounds, but you're still not in that... This is like a court judge. I'd like to apologize on behalf of the king for doing whatever the fuck he wants, and I'm sorry. All right, let's get back over to this pretty quick. Here we go. Boom.
For them. I apologize for them. I apologize to Israel. I apologize to the hostage families. I apologize to the victims.
I apologize to everyone watching this video because I decided I couldn't film it in a quieter place. I decided to pick a random park by my house where they're cleaning a garbage truck. What's going on?
On their behalf. Excuse their ignorance or their fear or whatever was going on. Because Hollywood actors, artists are known to speak out.
Right. Especially when it costs them nothing to do so. Also, Hollywood actors and artists are known to speak out for things they care about. They're also known to not really accomplish anything when they speak out. I don't know if you know this, but the typical thing is them speaking out accomplishes nothing. He's filming by the Jewish tunnel. Can we get your apology for the racism and the bigotry regarding the tunnels, sir? Can we get your racism and your apology for that?
Speak out about everything. And not one person said a word. And I know it's a day late because yesterday I was just like, do I say anything about this? Am I going to alienate?
Nobody.
Just like, do I say anything about this? Am I going to alienate myself from the entire Hollywood community?
The backup siren is so poignant and fitting right now. Am I going to alienate myself from the entire Hollywood community? Dude, you're much of that community right now is Pauly Shore. It's $1 short, dude. Back up. Yeah, am I going to alienate myself from that entire community? That's the repo guy coming to claim your stuff. You haven't been important or in... I'm going to IMDb you right now while I rewind this clip, and I better see some serious credentials to make me think I'm a piece of shit and this man's getting it done. I just don't see... That's what's known as being alienated. All right, no, I don't want to sign in. Not now. I just want to search. I don't want you to have a history of me or things I look for. We're going, especially since I'm looking up Michael Rappaport. Oh no, not Ick. Ick is a fitting term. M-I-C-E-A-L. Michael. Oh wow, your name does not come up the front at all. And R. Michael. Wow. Oh wow. Wow, we are trying. Rappaport. Did I spell it wrong in the... No, I didn't. Oh my god. I had to go hard to get your name. I had to spell your whole name before the search engine came up on IMDb. Michael Rappaport. Deep Blue Sea, 1999, 1993, 96, 2000. Close. I don't want to... Life of Bethany. 2000. 2019 to 20. You're in The Simpsons as Mike. Wait, okay. Murders in the Building in 2022. 2022. Conflicted. Looks like a very independent movie in 2021. Black Jack, the Jackie Ryan story. And that's in 2020. So I take it back. You are at least acting. In some noticeably weird shit. Okay. SS Third, Johnny! Johnny, no audio. What do you mean no audio? No audio. Did I? That has audio? Look up, man. What do you mean no audio? Muted. YouTube struggling hard. This isn't Rumble. But there's audio right there. We're covering a cocaine ring, or drug ring, I should say, in Florida. Do I have a KBS issue? Because I don't have a KBS issue here. Doesn't say one. It looks good. KBS issue here. Doesn't say one. It looks good. KBS issue here. Doesn't say one. Audio's working on this one. Doesn't say one. Audio's working on this one. So let's go over to that. And does that mean we lost Twitch? Where's Twitch? You're off air for a couple minutes, but you're back now? Was it because I was playing the Michael Rappaport thing? Because I have no restriction. I have no restriction on this. Let's go over to this. Let's go to creator dashboard. I better see some sort of stream drop. Analytics. Overview. Bitrate's good there. But is it silent? It's silent on. Balls. I don't even know why it's doing it. Like, flip over here. Here's my bitrate window. There's been no lag. I have no idea why that did that. It's a dog shit thing to do with the last 10 minutes of the show. We were having fun ripping on Michael Rappaport. Let's go ahead and close that out. Let's go ahead and drop that out. Well, now I don't know if I want to do this video. Because we only have like 9 minutes left. It's just... the mic hides the lips. I don't know, something... What? Oh, God. Why is this going off now? Alrighty. Let's do I want to do the SS Stern, we can't hear you. Read the chat. Read the Alright. I really don't have time for this right now. YouTube and Rumble. Read the chat. It's YouTube and Rumble for audio. Twitch is effed. All right. People are now being, okay, I'm here. Everyone settle down, says Riding Dirty Llama. Game over indeed. I kind of feel like we might have to just bail now. We have, I didn't even spell Twitch right. Teach is effed. Twitch is effed. So what do we do? Fuck it. I have 8 minutes of show left to fill, technically. But, again, the entire Twitch audience is completely screwed and can't hear anything. SS Stern, who the hell is he talking to? Now SS Stern is just choosing not to read the chat. So, let me guess, still, yep. Still mute. Let's try reloading the page. Let's see if that works. Again, no idea why that suddenly crapped out like that. It shouldn't have. And it still has. All right. Well, I'm sorry about this. We might, some of us migrated, says Toastmaster. Yeah, we have a couple of fun things, but now I kind of don't want to. All right, you know what? We'll, that could be a problem too, because we already had the issues. So, we'll just go ahead and, we'll just end the show a little early, unfortunately, since we're having the audio issue at the final hour. Mr. St. Caesar, we are here. It's fine. I mean, it's just weird. So, Evil Gandhi, I'm over here on YouTube now. Fuck it. We'll do the last 6 minutes of the show. What was there was a thing that we were going to talk about. We'll talk about the Don Lemon thing, and then I'll play the video that someone sent me on Facebook earlier. That'll probably be the end of our show. We'll finish the show for YouTube and Rumble and just get to this. So the first thing is the hoodie slipped down again. Former CNN host Don Lemon is returning with the Don Lemon Show, a new media company. And is this just going to be this is going to be the thing where they play audio for stuff. So it's the former CNN mainstay. Let's just call it the CNN guy that they kept up. Diversity hire Don Lemon is coming back, and he posted it in a statement on X. So let's go, or Twitter. He posted it in a statement on Twitter. Let's go to it's not even a video. It's not even a video. Posted. This is again what he posted on X. I'm going to read it for everyone that can't read on the screen. We'll get the whole thing. It's them, John Doe says. They don't want you to stream the wrong content. Who knows? Nash Albertson. My bad, Don Lemon. No, I've heard you, and today I am back. Bigger, bolder, freer. My new media company's first project is the Don Lemon Show. It will be available to everyone easily, whenever and wherever you want it, streaming on the platforms where the conversations are happening. And you'll find it first on X, the biggest space for free speech in the world. I know now more than ever that we need a place for honest debate and discussion without hall monitors. This is just the beginning, so stay tuned. Don? You need hall monitors to stop you from getting drunk and assaulting people. 1, and 2, you were never a space or a person for free debate. You were always a card-carrying lapdog. You became more trouble than you were worth, so they ousted you. And by the way, I've heard you, and today I'm back. Well, if you're back, you haven't heard us. We were glad that you were gone. So I'm sorry. You know, when Tucker Carlson made his announcement, there was a video. If I was gone for a while and came back, it would be a video. Would it be shitty with my crappy little half-assed background stuff? Yeah. But even I could have put that even as a speech. Yep. Nobody wanted to interview you, huh? And you couldn't bring yourself to make one on your own. Don. Give in. Alrighty. So that's that. Don Lemon being the only thing he heard was the voices in his head. Right? And he's gonna post it first on X. I could be on X if I wanted to be. It's pretty easy to be up on X. It's not that big a deal. Alrighty, so that is Don Lemon letting us know that he's coming back, baby. None of us care. All right, so I'm going to leave you with this last video that we had as an audience submission, and it came through the other day. And so we're going to reload that and play this in just a second. Let me unmute it and then click reload. YouTube watch channel. Oh, yeah, that's the one for that. Anyways, we're going to play this last one. I'm sorry for the Twitch people. In the replay, the audio will be fine, I'm sure. But that usually is the way it goes. Let's go ahead and reload this video and call it a day. Thank you for being here. We will be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time with another show. We've been Johnny. You've been an audience. We will be back tomorrow. We have the Backyard Boys podcast on Friday and a short show on Sunday because I have an interview thing that I'm doing with another podcaster, and that's the schedule. Here we go.
Mr. Mojo Mike let me know that in Europe during World War II, they would actually serve cat as rabbit as a survival mechanism. Evidently, when you remove the head and tail from a cat, it looks a lot like a rabbit. 1939, an event called the British Pet Massacre took place where over 750,000 pets were slaughtered in preparation for food shortages during World War II. And during this time, cats gained notoriety as being a roof rabbit. Remember this video? How come we don't eat cats? Mr. Mojo Mike let me know that in Europe during World War II, they would actually serve cat as rabbit as a survival mechanism. Evidently, when you remove the head and tail from a cat, it looks a lot like a rabbit. 1939, an event called the British Pet Massacre took place where over 750,000 pets were slaughtered in preparation for food shortages during World War II. And during this time, cats gained notoriety as being a roof